y'all said all of that to say what?
Ted, don't start. Don't say.
I mean, what else we
Ted,
gonna do?
Ted,
First of
don't
all,
start.
I
Your
say that to
second
say
favorite player is a
Jalen Brown
glorified
is way
loser.
better
Ted,
than
don't
Nick
start.
Cannon.
Don't start.
Here you go. Here you go. They glorified loser.
What I'm saying is, bro, 500 mil is what your ticket is worth, dog.
That's true.
And
He
your
got paid
best
a lot of
over
money.
and your best
A
overall
lot of
player
money.
went
It's a lot of
your
money.
best overall player went down. And I get the supporting cast didn't do. Yo, listen, the supporting cast was ass, but you had 20 points in the closeout game and you worth 500 million. Are y'all all right with that?
Hey, I'm
No.
gonna say this though.
Because
I'm
now,
gonna say this real
here's
quick
the
though.
other part. I can't even trade you. You worth too
But
much.
we,
I can't. Who are you?
look,
Who I'm gonna send you
You
to?
worth 500 million. So
I
then,
can't send you nowhere.
so
so,
now you
Gotta pay
you are.
attention to him,
But listen,
literally.
you are
Yeah.
stuck with buyer's remorse. So you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna be JT and JB heavy on contract, and everybody must go.
That's facts.
Welcome to eLab, your ultimate basketball laboratory, where we dissect the game from every angle.
You are watching a master at work.
Oh, really? Hey, so look, man. I want to get into this first too. Lottery picks came out. Mavericks got the first pick in the draft when they had 1.8% chance, bro. So what's the order, y'all? It was Mavericks, Spurs, and I'm not sure who the three is. I want to say Philly, maybe. Philly, maybe. I can look that up.
I think Philly took the pick from that Brooklyn trade from a minute ago.
So if it's Philly, essentially what I wanted to get first thing. Do y'all think that the lottery is rigged, bro? Is it?
Of course,
I've seen a lot of
of
conversation about that.
of course, of course,
it's been
It's,
rigged. It's been rigged. It's been rigged since Magic
But
Magic Worthy.
listen.
yeah,
I will say
yeah.
the positioning of how they draft is rigged, but I will say they kind of make it like play. You could play it off a little bit because the real obvious ones was D Rose to Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
LeBron to Cleveland, Pat
Yep.
Ewing to New York, and then Victor to San Antonio. So
Nah.
those are the blatantly obvious ones, but they kind
Yeah.
of hide a little bit, shake it up a little bit with some of the top 10 picks sometimes. But
Mm-hmm.
when you kind of don't follow that narrative with some of these players, it don't end up meshing well for their careers, right? So when you don't allow the narrative to actually do what it's supposed to do, then sometimes it can look funny.
What you mean when you say
Sometimes.
narrative, Ted? What you getting at? With the narrative of what? Like supposedly being the greatest.
So like Greg Popovich is known real historically to make some of these guys from overseas or
Got
the
you.
foreign
Yes.
players like
Yeah.
that's kind of his bag.
Yeah.
If Wemby may have not went to the Spurs, I'm not saying he wouldn't have been great or actually been hooping at a high level, but may have not had enough coverage
Yeah.
to respect the narrative of who he was and what he was doing because um he had a lot of upside coming up, you know what I'm saying, when he was hooping
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. But nobody really was putting him on the radar until they said, "Oh, he about to be in San Antonio with Pop. This may
Yeah.
look a little different," and that's when it happened. That's what
There
I'm
he is. What
saying.
up, Zell? Okay.
And he
And
still
then it's like LeBron. If LeBron ain't never go to Cleveland, the story may not be as sweet if he went back the second time to go win that chip. I don't know if he even wins a chip if
Brian
he
did
goes to
also
another team.
allude to that. Brian alluded to the draft being rigged in that Pat McAfee interview about whenever that was about a month ago. What you was gonna say though, Rick?
I was just saying what he said with Wemby. It made a lot of sense because I mean he actually fell right into pocket from
Yeah.
losing
Tim
Tim
Duncan.
Duncan and David Robinson all them. It fell
Yeah.
right in the pocket. So it
The
fell right in the
Spurs seem to
pocket.
luck up a lot. I looked it up too, y'all. It was Philly. Philly got the third pick and the Hornets got the fourth pick. I wanted
But
to say good.
that's perfect though. I like that, and I
Who
like
got
it
who
because
number two?
Spurs.
um
Spurs.
Spurs
And
number two.
number
So
two
Yeah.
is
so
Philly,
I
right?
really like that. You can ask the questions, but I really like the order. So go ahead.
You like the order? Oh, I want to go ask you a
Yeah.
question. I was gonna make this statement. Okay. I think people riding the rigged wave a little too hard on this one. Let me tell you why. Because before before the lottery happened, like before we get to this point, when they traded Luka, they was a top 6, 7 team in the play. They was gonna be in the playoffs. So
Mm.
Right,
if the
right.
NBA is rigged, you have to also say Kyrie Irving got hurt purposely and Anthony Davis got hurt purposely. You feel what I'm saying? So both of those things have to happen in order for the Mavericks to not make the playoffs because they was a
And I
playoff
only
team.
got one reinforcement if I
Yeah,
were to play the other side of the fence.
go ahead.
With Kyrie's, his was real, and with AD's, it was real. But what I'm saying is, like, So remember a couple of games ago, D mentioned the Cavs was getting blown out by 50.
Yeah.
You was playing that injury bug and you ain't come back the whole second half, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you came out there hooping. And I'm not saying you wasn't hobbled, but let me ask you this: you just don't want to compete at all. You told people like, hey, look, my whole team been hurt for the last two games before this game. We getting blown out by 40. We got a full roster. I don't want to come play the whole second half. And then the very next game, when it's an elimination game, you want to stay after late. You want to look at all the banter going on. You want to just
Yeah.
soak it all in. But
Yeah.
my thing is, every opportunity and moment count when you in the playoffs, dog. And I get it.
Talking about D Mitch, right? You talking about D Mitch?
That yeah. This specifically because what I'm saying is they put out on the reports that these dudes be hurt, and I don't
Yeah.
believe, and I don't believe that they don't be hurt. But what I'm saying is, if you know that you're not available at all, you can't give it 100%, then don't play. But if you playing hopscotch, then
Right.
the validity of me thinking that you hurt makes me look at other players like that,
Got you.
and
Got you.
and
Got you.
that's my biggest point. If I were to play defense,
No,
because
it's
I
not
didn't.
fine. It was had to be a really early play, is all I'm saying. Because that play would have had to happen in February before the trade deadline, and you had to knowingly, or at least anticipate that your two best players. Because we was talking about, to be honest, the conversation wasn't them not making the playoffs for a while. The conversation was they might be the best team in the West when they made
For
that
sure.
trade. You
We
feel what
all
I'm
said
I
it.
saying with
think
We
Gafford?
all
I
Go ahead,
said
think
it.
Red. Go ahead, Red.
I think it's more so. I think these players don't be on the floor at all. I think it's always off the floor. I think it's those conversations they have when ain't nobody around. So like, even for it to get this far, it's probably some money. It's a lot of stuff under the table that's getting done. Like,
Yeah.
cause I've heard like even with players when they sign contracts, all the money that they get might not be on that contract, but it might be in the form of a house or in the form of a helicopter and shit like that. I think it'd
Yeah.
be a lot of stuff under
I
the
see
table,
what
but
you're
don't
saying,
be
Red.
there on the table. Like, 'cause I don't really think you can manipulate the game like that unless it's from a call standpoint. I don't think you can
Right.
manipulate or fake the injury, but I
Right.
feel like you can
That's
definitely
what I'm
manipulate
getting
the
at, Red.
paperwork. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. But look, so moving a little past that, same type of topic though. Now, Cooper Flag, is he automatic first for the Mavericks? You picking him first? Like how y'all feel? You got because the top three guys, we got Ace Bailey, we got Dylan Harper, we got Cooper. Do you automatically take Cooper first? Go ahead, Red.
I,
Cooper,
go
Cooper,
ahead.
Cooper, Cooper.
Cooper,
But
Cooper,
I've been saying,
Cooper.
but
Them top three choices right there.
but I've
Capture
been
the
saying
flag.
this. I've
Yep.
been
Yep.
Capture
saying
the
this.
flag.
I've been saying
Mhm.
this since we first started playing. This is the first American cold white boy finna be drafted since 1967. He would be
I
the
was
first
yeah,
overall pick. So
I
they
was
have
gonna give you
to.
credit for that too, Red, because
They, they, they have to
me and
do this.
Ted used to be like, all right, Red, you playing this racist angle too bad, but I just seen Stephen A.
They have
Smith come
to.
out and say exactly what Red said.
They
Six
have
months
to.
ago, I seen
They
him say
have to.
exactly what you said. There's something about the mystique or the prestige about having an American-born white guy be number one, and he's actually really
He,
good, and it's warranted.
he's
It
cap-
is warranted.
he's essentially Captain America in the Marvel universe. He's gonna be the Captain America. He's the
Yeah.
person, for the minute. So that's why I say it makes sense. Captain the Flag, Captain America. He can do all the shit that he
And
needs to
Dallas
do for
makes sense.
promotion and killing. Yeah, it makes sense.
Dallas makes sense because they typically their star player has been a white guy. Their
But this is
star
my
player for the
question with y'all
last
though.
20 years.
So if he does go to Dallas though, does this
Mhm.
hurt his career or no? You know what? Kyrie hurt. Never mind. Never mind. I was gonna say, but if, with a full roster, does it help his career or hurt his career? Because essentially he becomes what's the guy that beat he
PJ
becomes
Washington.
Christian Laettner. Now he becomes Christian
Oh,
Laettner if
Yeah.
if the
I
team is
don't know
fully
about
healthy.
that.
I'm just saying, think about what I'm saying. Christian Laettner killed in college and all that shit. But I'm saying, if you go to a team like the Mavericks and they stacked up with everybody, they're firing at all cylinders. You kind of get lost in the sauce because he
I
not.
feel like I feel like it could hurt his career though, because I feel like you playing with all that talent, and if everybody like all the way healthy and ain't nobody getting hurt, he can turn into a role player. But he can still become a star, but not that star right away. You know what I'm saying? I feel like basically like 3-4 years he had to kind of be like a role player and eventually go to another team or they get retired. That type of, you know what I'm saying? That
yeah.
type of thing.
I'm
But
actually
But
on
he
the
got a
opposite
ball.
side of that. Oh, go ahead,
But
Red.
he
Go
got
ahead,
a
Red.
ball. He got a ball this year. This will be the year to showcase what he could be because Kyrie gonna be hurt. So you got chance to be that guy. I'm just saying when you do get that Kyrie back, because I know Kyrie gonna come back and try to be the Kyrie of old. Because
Mhm.
everybody come back from injury and try to be what they were.
Yeah.
Do you
mhm.
fall aside? Do you become a
I
slash
think
or
he does. I think. Well, this was what I was gonna say, Red, because I wasn't even including that Kyrie was hurt. My biggest concerns for Cooper Flag was his ball handling ability, his shot creation, and really him being 6'10" and having to play the 4 to 3 to guard those Giannis's and those guys. The Mavericks actually fit perfect in that sense. If you have Kyrie, who's your primary ball handler, Ant Davis and Gafford, or well, Gafford's trying to leave. I don't know what's up, Gafford. Let's throw Lively. And Lively, you have three guys that actually do what Cooper Flag actually lacks, in my opinion. So playing with them could actually help him, in my opinion, because it allows him to just get to his spots. Because he's more of a mid-range down kind of guy. So we don't need you to do all that dribbling. We don't need you to take over in the fourth. We want you to come in and build your game. I think having Kyrie and AD, if they're healthy, right? This is obviously if they're on the court, and you having to play behind them will help you. I think it complements him well. This team does.
And see, I don't agree with what you're saying because everything you said makes sense. But I'm just saying for him to be the potential number one pick, right?
Yeah, right.
Media gonna bite his head off if he's not averaging 25, 26, and 10.
Yeah.
And on this team, he probably be a double guy. He probably get you like with those guys with a 4 roster, like 16 and 10.
Now, Red, going back to you playing off the fact that he is American guy, he's American white guy. Do they hold him to that same standard though? Do we see the narrative change? And we start to see, hey, well, he is coming into his own, as opposed to like how we were expecting guys who are number one, to Karl-Anthony Towns and Edwards, to have the 25. Does the media now change the narrative of, well, guys, he got to grow. You know what I'm saying? So that 12, 13, they gonna treat that 12 or 13 like it is 20.
What's my guy name with the long hair? The white reporter that he keeps it all the way 100.
Nick Wright.
He's not gonna let it happen. Like you're gonna have some media guys that try to do that, but it's only so long they can run with that narrative, dog. Especially if you that high of a pick. And then you become a bust. You don't want to be an Anthony Bennett, bro.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. I think you give him a year or two, man. I think you give him a year or two to get to. I think my expectation for him is to be better than PJ Washington. That's who we playing, but that's his competition on that team right now. Be better than PJ Washington, and that to me is if you can get me 15 a game, I'm okay with it. That's just me.
Disagree.
Go ahead, Ted. What you got?
I was gonna say this real quick, Ted. My feeling for him is the white boy from Utah,
Gordon Hayward.
Gordon Hayward. That's my feeling for him.
That's a nice one.
Gordon Hayward was tough. He was an all-star.
I was letting everybody cook, but I honestly think that with this, like how everything just conspired and stuff like that, you got to let him cook. You got to give him the keys off the rip, because there's a lot of questions that you ask in the locker room. And here's what I mean by that. With Kyrie being a guard that's super ball dominant in regards to like getting his shot off and things of that nature, the biggest asterisk is he ever going to come back at least 80% of what he was? And even then, it's like he's old, but he's not as old as we think he is. And Red was saying that he's only 33, so he has a lot of left in his tank. But the question mark is how serious is he going to take rehab, which I think he's going to take real serious. But for the time that you're sitting, the time that you are rehabbing, we seen what it looks like when you give AD the keys as the number one option. And I'm not saying that Cooper is better. I'm not saying that. But we seen what it did, and it was a first round out with New Orleans. Yeah. And I think a lot of those years are behind him. So like what you said, EJ, but I'm remixing it. You said, his ball handling needs a lot of help. He has the perfect coach right there. He has the perfect option and the perfect resource right there. He said his defense and his shot blocking ability, or even just moving his puppies. You feel like that is an issue. You got AD and you got Lively that are both good paint defenders. And they have the ability to teach him some things. And it's not just about physicality. It's about beating people to the spots, or, hey, you're not really this good sending people to the baseline. So let's try to force everything to the middle, and we got you. And it all depends on how they move the scheme around towards him. Because what I'm saying is AD is clearly better. Clay is on his last limb. Kyrie is going through rehab. I know it all looks cute when it's all on paper and everybody 100%, but if you don't give the keys to him at least to try to test drive and see what redlining feels like, he's not going to know what it feels like to speed when the opportunity has to happen. Because if Kyrie never comes back even 50% of the player that he is, Now you're looking around in that locker room like who's going to take over because we seen what AD looked like, and I just don't trust it at this point because the NBA is moving to a point where you can't play around no more, dog. This is not just. I don't
It's
think
wide
that
open.
many. I don't think that any of these teams are designed not just because of players, but money.
Ugh.
I don't think nobody is designed to be a dynasty no more, and it shows. And the reason why I say that, we just seen what happened with Boston. Boston had probably one of the best teams on paper that I've ever seen, but I just watched them melt down last night. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna go too much on a
We can
montage
go.
about
No,
it.
no. We gonna get there. We gonna get there. I
Yeah,
wanted to
but I'm
ask.
just giving an
Oh,
example that you give the keys to the kid number one. Because my thing is this: if you draft him number one, what is the worst thing can happen? Him being a bust. But if him being a bust is not performing to 25 and 10 off the rip, you can build that up because he has all the tools and all the resources.
yeah.
But if he does do 25 and 10, then comes back to being who he is, and everybody else does the thing, and you design the offense and the system around him, I see good things. That's all I'm
That
saying.
and see, here's the other part. I know we just throwing around arbitrary numbers. 25 and 10 is tough. Let's be
Mhm.
That
clear.
is.
25.
Yeah,
If he's averaging 25 and 10, that's putting him in like top 10 NBA players
yeah,
conversation.
yeah.
I'm being a little bit more realistic where I'm thinking 15 to 17 and 6, something like
Okay,
that for your
okay,
first season. Because
okay.
Oh, you said
if
first season. Okay.
13, oh yeah, I'm saying 20, yeah, 25 and 10. That's what Cat is averaging. Cat is
Hmm.
averaging
Yeah.
25. You know,
25 and 10 first year.
25 and 10
That's
is
tough.
crazy. Now we do have some. I think Zion might have been close, but as of late, even Cat back in was that 2013, Cat might have been close, but 25 is just tough. So, but anyway,
Yeah.
I ain't want to harp on Cooper. I wanted to get on what y'all think about Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper. I've been seeing a lot of people say, not people, a lot of NBA players say that they think that Ace Bailey is the best, has the highest potential to be a superstar. So
Sure,
I've been saying,
they're not saying,
sure.
I've been saying it. Y'all didn't listen to me.
yeah,
I've been
I
they've
saying
been
think
it since.
I,
saying,
I
how y'all
think he's
feel?
gonna have the best situation. I feel like how everything's panning out, he gonna go to the right team where he gonna get them keys and he gonna be able to go ahead and do what he gotta
Y'all,
do, get to work.
yeah.
Who
You
you
And
like
think?
him
Who you
going to
think
the
gonna get him,
Spurs,
Greg?
Zell? You like him going to the Spurs or
Of
to the
course.
Sixers?
uh, I like him with the Sixers for real.
Sixers.
Cause I feel like the
Don't.
Sixers gotta eventually figure out what
Yeah.
they want to do with Embiid, Paul
Yeah,
George, and them and stuff. So
yeah.
let
I'm
Jared
old.
McCain, you know what I'm saying? Let the young boys,
I got
you
so
know what
much
I'm
to
saying?
talk about, fellas. Y'all don't even
I just.
understand.
I
Go,
just don't
Yeah.
want
go
to
ahead,
do.
Red. I'm
I just
sorry.
don't want. I just don't want them to do my boy like that, man. Like I don't want him to go to the Sixers because they've been believing this bullshit practice for 30 years.
You
I
don't
just
want him to
don't.
go where?
To the
To the Sixers.
Sixers. To the
They
Oh,
Sixers.
just
Yeah.
they just gotta get rid of some pieces there. That's all.
I
The
want him
two
to
I
go to
think they
things
get rid
Chicago.
of Joel. Oh, go ahead.
But who gonna take?
I want him to go to Chicago.
Who
he
gonna
won't
take?
drop.
But
He won't drop that low.
who gonna take them
He won't
contracts
drop
off the
that
table
low.
though?
And the reason why I think that
Yep,
Ace is gonna go
Chicago
to San
for 12.
Antonio is because they don't want Dylan Harper there. Why? Not because he's not good. It's because they already got Fox and they already got Castle.
But
I want.
And to that point though, I saw again. This is just reports. They said that they was willing to draft Dylan Harper because they think they can run him and Fox together. They think they like that three guard scenario because Dylan Harper is what
Yeah,
six
that makes
six.
sense.
Harper
So
to
they
the
Yeah,
was
six
Spurs
talking.
for
feet.
So
sure.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying
six
is you
feet.
do that right.
I
So you
like
do that.
Harper
You
over there.
draft Harper. You start Harper, Fox, Stephen Castle because Chris Paul's on the way out, and then you got Wemby, and then Wemby is that asterisk, right? So you ask yourself, is this dude coming back healthy? And let's say they actually do draft Dylan Harper or Ace Bailey, depending on the scenario, and then Giannis wants to go for that particular pick. So it's like we talking
Yeah,
for nothing. And the reason why I say that is because then you shop either Bailey or Dylan Harper unintentionally to Milwaukee, which is a terrible situation for them because
Yep.
they're gonna basically blow up the whole team. So scenarios sound good, but that's only based off what Giannis is doing because there's nobody
Giannis to the
like
Lakers. Giannis
that's
going
what
to
I
the
there.
heard too
Lakers.
Oh
though.
God, here you
There's
I
go.
heard
no
Lakers
matter
talk.
what we
I heard
said
a
for
lot of
one through
trades gonna
three,
happen.
everybody's gone. If Giannis says, "Yo, I want to go to this particular team," y'all telling me that they're gonna close the door on him? I
No,
don't
I'm
think
with
so.
you. I'm with you, Ted, because I've been seeing a lot of people saying like those top two picks are like very they can all be removed
But bro, they're
or
not
traded. Yeah,
safe. So
they're not
what I'm
saying that.
saying is like number one draft pick. I know that I get tricked because of the media and be like, yo, these are franchise saving dudes, and I think that Ace, Dylan, and Cooper are all phenomenal talents. But if you're telling me right now, if I'm talking to you, GM to GM, hey, EJ, I know you got Coop over there in Dallas. I know y'all want to build a good thing, but I got Giannis over here, and I dangle it like this and say, hey, look, you want Giannis trade bait? You're gonna talk to me. You're not gonna close that door on me. I know
I'm gonna
you won't.
talk to you. I think this though. I don't
And OKC
necessarily.
still can move up, y'all.
Huh?
Okay, so he can move up too.
They still can move
Giannis
up. They
is.
got the pick.
But trading for Giannis also blows up your team because
It does.
if we being real, if I'm being real, Cooper Flag, Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey, none of them is enough for me to give you Giannis. So even if you give me 1, 2, or 3 pick, I need something else.
That's a good point.
That's a great point.
So you thinking you gonna have De'Aaron Fox and Kyle? No, I need somebody else.
So what about Giannis? So what about
Let's be
Giannis
real.
and like? So what about Giannis and like 2 or 3 first round picks in the future? Does that work? Would that intrigue you? Because a lot of
It
teams got
depends
picks.
on what we projected. It depends on what the next couple of rounds are. Because I don't know. I won't even act like I know. I don't know what the next class is. And Kyan Anthony is this class or next class? I don't know where he's at.
He's a freshman this year. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
but
that's why I
He's
don't
gonna be
know.
a freshman too.
But
you got
I
Giannis'
know.
brother.
See, here's the thing though, Red. Here's my thing though. With Giannis, I know I'm getting the top 3 player in the league. I know I'm getting a top 3 player in the league. So you gonna give me Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey, who I think is phenomenal, bro. He has like if he has skill set. I hate to use this comparison, but he looks so raw to me with his shot creation. He like Jamal Crawford style of shooting, not necessarily his handle, but the way he creates shots and he takes bad shots. But again, if you can tone it, go ahead.
He said he practiced on them shots. They are
I know,
bad
and that's
shots.
why I said I didn't want to.
I wanted him to say, I'm like, he said like they're not bad shots because I practice. I said that don't make it a good shot though. I wish he didn't say that though. But
I'm in between on that, Zell. Go ahead, Red. Go ahead.
But what he just said, it kind of makes sense though. Because I went to this school to work on my bag. I didn't go to this school.
That's what I was about to say, Red. I'm a big fan of doing the shit you practice in the games. If you're practicing it, what you out there practicing the heady tween and you don't never do it, then what you practicing it for? You feel what I'm saying?
Like I said, he from the city. I know his pops. Like he literally went there to work on his game. Like it wasn't about winning or no shit like that. Because he's not gonna win at Rutgers. They didn't bring in the class to do so. Right. It was more so to get prepared for the league, to take these in-game shots that superstars are gonna have to take. Because he want to be a superstar.
Here it is.
I'm
Here
glad
it is.
you
Real quick.
mentioned that.
Real quick. I was gonna say that real quick. This is my floor and my ceiling for him. My floor is J.R. Smith for Ace Bailey, and my ceiling is Jason Tatum. That's my top and my bottom.
I ain't
That's kind of up there.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
I'm glad you said that because I feel like these 3 players are going to be seamless transitions. You know what I mean? So I think they're going to fit like a glove wherever they go. So I don't think it's a type of situation where trades will have to be made. Like you said, Dylan Harper, I think would be a seamless fit in San Antonio. Ace Bailey, I think he can go. Like you said, has the highest potential to be a superstar. So he can go to a smaller market and they can build around him. That's why I said Chicago. But they are low. But I just feel like he can go somewhere like that and they can add to that.
I just don't like Dylan Harper.
My bad. I don't think Dallas is gonna pass on Cooper Flag. I don't see why you would to have because I mean you got a big already and Anthony Davis, and to pair him up with Cooper Flag, why not see how that goes for at least a year or 2?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's a money thing too. Let's be clear. Cooper Flag's gonna bring in a lot of money for them. It's in my mind, it's just like Caitlin Clark. He is. He is going to
say the great white hope. He's a great white hope.
He's a great white hope. That's what it is.
The only thing I don't like, y'all, I don't like Dylan Harper at 3 because I think Jared McCain is actually really good. And
so move him up. Move him to the 2.
Yeah, but he plays like a nice anyway.
So you running Maxey? Are you running Maxey? McCain? Is McCain the backup, or is you know what I'm saying? Like how
I'm saying move him to the 2, and then play the 3 guard set because Dylan Harper plays bigger than what he is anyways.
They gonna see McCain that's on the bench, dude. You know he had the years he had. If you pick somebody that high, you have to let them play.
But that's what I'm saying.
But how do you? Now, but you got a guy who we know can go out there and get you 25. That's the question. Before injury, McCain was a 20-25 point per game guy.
So he was clear rookie of the year.
I'm not disagreeing with either one of y'all. But I'm saying this is the number 3 pick. You gotta play him, bro. He gonna bring the eyes. He gonna bring the dollars. He gotta play.
You definitely take best available.
And I'm not gonna lie.
Go ahead.
You take best available, but like y'all say, I think potential is like such a fictitious word to me. So what I'm saying is, when I say league ready, offensive bag, I think Dylan Harper has the most polished bag,
Yeah.
offensively only.
Yeah,
And the reason why I say that, here it goes, because Ace Bailey, like y'all said, he takes very questionable shot selections because he's able to, because of his height and his dribbling ability and things of that nature. Dylan Harper, he makes 2 or 3 moves and he's gone. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, he makes like NBA ready
Look like
moves. He doesn't have to do the extra, and he can finish with both hands, and he's strong as a guard. He's very,
this
very strong.
this my
With
this
Cooper Flag, I got a question on him, because it's like he has the tools offensively and defensively to be the great or really good two-way player, but I got a real big question mark on his closing ability. Like,
Mhm.
I didn't see him hit a game winner when it mattered. Like,
Yeah.
this is my only rebuttal to you, True. Because you
uh huh.
said something. This is my only rebuttal. I think
Yo,
Cooper gonna be a great defender. I don't know
okay,
about his offense,
okay.
but with Dylan Harper,
Yeah.
is it that he only make 1 or 2 dribbles because he's bigger than most of the guards in college?
I think
Because
so. I
because
think so. But I think
I
he's
think
also quicker than the
Yeah, he's quick.
defenders as well.
He's quick.
now
Yeah.
I'm with you, but I'm saying like in the NBA, does that play against a Drew Holiday or somebody that can actually lock up and body up with you?
Yeah,
Because he
man,
is
we
too
just saw
quick
Drew Holiday
for the
get
fastest.
Jalen Brunson cooked
Hey,
that
hey,
nigga.
hey, hey,
Yes,
hey. Oh no, no, no.
yes.
Listen.
Go ahead, Red.
Man,
My bad. I'm getting
No,
upset. My
Holiday
bad.
no,
getting
Go
no,
ahead.
old.
no, 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 no. We're not gonna do that.
flashbacks.
Jalen Brunson posts up 7 footers. He's not doing it. Jalen Brunson is the exception to all these things. We've been saying Jalen Brunson is the best player in the playoffs. He
Go ahead.
he
I'm
he
listening.
he,
I'm sorry. Look,
he bully big niggas. But
I'm
I'm
pulling
saying,
back. I'm putting my guns up. Go
this
ahead.
all
I'm
I'm
listening.
saying.
Go ahead.
A top defender like Drew or somebody like that, I don't
Yeah.
think Dylan really can use that quickness around him. I just think he's bigger than a lot of guards in college. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
Yeah, we
saying he's
have to
not good.
see
I
it.
think he's bigger than a lot
We
of
have
guards
to
in
see
college.
it.
Yo,
I mean, with all these
but
guys, we got to see
the
it.
touch is
Oh, he's nice. He's
the
nice. He's
touch
dead nice.
is damn. I fuck it. I don't care. It's the touch is John Wall esque
Mm.
out of
Mm.
college.
I ain't mad at that.
So it's John Wall esque, and the reason why I say that is because he can finish with both hands. He can finish through contact, and it's like, when you see some of them like slashing type point guards, most of them can either do 1 or 2 things. They can either lay the ball up really good, or they can dunk the ball really good, but they can't do either or. He can do either
6'6",
or,
215.
huh?
He's ready for the league.
Nah,
I
he
I,
league
I,
ready.
I
He league
like
ready. He
him.
league
I
ready.
like him, but this is where I be confused. And I understand he wasn't ready to get drafted yet, but it's like, how do people measure the lottery picks in regards to 1 through 5? Like, how do you, like, so if y'all are GMs or y'all are like team coaches, and when we talking about, hey, this is a rebuilding stage, like Red was saying, Red made a good point, and I'm not going against what he's saying. It made me think, the ability to win and lead doesn't matter more than just the ability to score or look good or get better. Like, what are some of the factors that make you? The reason why I ask this is because I'll go ahead and throw another conversation here. I don't think 1 through 3 is better than Fears. I don't think none
Mm.
of them are
Is
better
Spears
than
in the draft?
Fears.
Is he in the
No,
draft?
that's the point that I'm
Okay.
saying. But
Mm.
if Fears was in the draft and he was eligible to get drafted, then what are we talking about?
So I
Because
guess what I would
He
say
was
to
cool.
answer that is, and that's why I went. That's why I said what I said earlier. I think being able to, when it comes to the league, you gotta be able to fill a role. I mean, everybody the best where they from.
Yeah.
You know what I
okay,
mean? But these guys can seamlessly fit into a role. And going back to what Fernando said, I mean, Cooper Flag, like you said, there's gaps in his game and there's things to worry about. That's why I think he'll be a seamless fit in Dallas, because his strengths, catches up for their weaknesses, and his and you know what I'm saying, and vice
Yeah.
versa.
It's funny.
And I think he will have a good environment around him for him to develop there. You know what I'm saying? And
This
it'll be
is what I yo
you too.
Ted brought asked the question. My thing is this. I take this. I like for a player. So for me, if I was picking number one, I probably would take Ace Bailey or Dylan Harper first, because Duke that JJ Redick had this saying one time. Well, he said his dad told him this. He said, "Well, do you want to be a king among peasants or a king among kings?" And that's why JJ
Mm,
Redick went to Duke, right? That's why he went to Duke, because he wanted to be a king among kings. But I actually side with Gilbert Arenas, and when he said about his son, about Elijah, saying, "Hey, you need to go be on the team where you got to go do everything. You need to be able to
mhm.
score. You need to be able to rebound. You need to be." So when I look for guys, the thing I'm thinking of is, if you can go out there and average 25 and just be the guy on your team, similar to how Damian Lillard was with Weaver State. I'm looking for that. I'm looking for a guy that had to do everything, and he got his team to even if they lost in the first round of the tournament. I'm looking for a guy like that to just, hey man, I went out there and got 30, and I put them on
So
my
if Fears
back.
was
Like, from
eligible,
college.
if Fears was eligible to be drafted this year, who moves out the way? And I'm just asking as a realistic thing.
I say
You talking
VJ
about
is coming
Jeremiah,
with a
right?
minute. I think
I'm
VJ
talking
is
about I'm talking about a kid from Oklahoma, Red.
Okay,
the point guard.
I don't think I honestly think he would be full. Not saying he's not cold. Listen what I'm saying. Not saying he's not cold, but you can't overlook size. So you got
He's 6'7".
No, but I'm talking about the guys that's gonna go before him. So you're gonna have Cooper, you're gonna have AC, they still gonna go before him. And then you got Dylan Harper.
He like that size. He said that earlier.
He do.
He told me that. That's what y'all said about AI and Vince the other day. That crazy shit. At least he consistent.
Now you also got to think this too, though. They're not going to allow Dylan Harper to fall out the top 5. He is Ron Harper's son. Like,
and Ron Harper was the
work
truth.
together. That's all I'm saying, dog.
He was the truth.
Some should go together.
No, I get you, but I just don't think none of them is better. I don't think none of them better than Fears.
I'm not familiar with Fears' game. My bad. Go ahead, Dub. I'm not familiar with it.
What you said about king among kings or king amongst peasants, whatever. I think it really depends on what kind of exposure you want. Because a Damian Lillard, a Russell Westbrook, they tend to do better in smaller markets. When Russell Westbrook went to the Lakers, it's too much, you know what I mean? Yeah, and when he's at, when he's at the Nuggets, when he's at, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm
not mad at that. I see what you're saying.
I think it's about what kind of exposure you want.
I think you should come in as a professional regardless. I get what you're saying, and I do find a lot of truth in what you're saying. But at the end of the day, man, you got to be born ready. You got to be war ready. As soon as
but see, I agree with both of y'all. But I just think when you're in a smaller market, they give you more room for error. So like all that shit, Russell Westbrook was doing the turnovers, all that shit.
Right.
It looked good because I'm getting this team that's not supposed to be here to the 8th seed, the 7th seed. But if I go to LA and I bring this over here, we got to be number 1 or 2, and I got to be perfect. So that's why I don't look the same. So I agree with what y'all saying, but smaller markets give you more room for error.
Yeah, they not talking about it. I ain't mad at that. Hey, look, so moving past that, man, with the playoffs, dog, we got the Knicks spanking the Celtics yesterday.
Man, I told y'all.
Go ahead, Zell. I'm listening. Go ahead.
Hey, y'all laughed at me. I told y'all. I said Knicks in 5. But EJ, you said you agree with me, so
I roll with you. I roll with
you. But
Knicks.
I
got the under. I got the under on almost everything, but them Warriors getting beat too. So I mean, T Wolves gonna take the Warriors out too. I mean,
he was already beat the Warriors.
They already beat them.
They already beat them. It's T Wolves versus who playing, y'all? T Wolves. We don't know yet. We gonna see tomorrow.
I just thought the Celtics was like the best put together team in the playoffs.
They were.
They were.
But hold on. I'm with y'all. They are the best put together team, but I've seen a lot of holes in their game.
I'm gonna tell you what happened.
A lot of niggas didn't show up. My fault, real quick. A lot of niggas didn't show up. A lot of niggas didn't show up, and when you fall in love with that 3 ball, this is what happens, bro. Like I said all the time, the only team that can actually win games with that 3 ball, they just happen to be hot last year. But you can't play like that.
Who'd you say? What team you say, Red? You went out. Was it the Warriors?
I said the Warriors did it first. Warriors are the only team that consistent with winning with the 3 ball. Boston did it last year, which was a fluke to me. But I don't think no team can win doing that outside of the Warriors. Like
Al Horford ain't gonna keep making threes like that every game like he did last year.
And you remember my point when we were talking about JP? I said, bro, if they start banking and getting to the rim more and getting free throws, they win more games. Remember I said that. So that's what it showed. The Knicks showed you a scrappy team that we can shoot threes too, but we're gonna get this easy shit at the same time. And we got a closer. We got a hell of a closer.
Go ahead, Tim. We respect the hands, man. We respect the hands.
He been say something about JB. Watch, he been say something about Jalen Brown.
Go ahead, Tim.
I know it's coming.
Hands, man.
Watch, I know it's coming. Go ahead, good.
Go ahead.
Hey, look. When I watched that game, that series, let's talk about it from the front to the bottom. The Celtics should have never been in the position that they was in the first place. And this is before the injury. Y'all let 2 20-point leads go. Mm-hmm. And this was a fully loaded roster, right? So when you do that, you in the interviews and you all lackadaisical and stuff like that. Remember how y'all talked about Shea? Y'all talking about Brown's temperament, right? He was like, yeah, when it comes to us, y'all got to beat us 4 times, not 2, not 3. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. It's all truth. You know what I mean?
It's all true.
It's all truth. And I'm not mad at what he said. But I think that the pivotal moment where I was so critical of Jalen Brown is you were the reason why Jason Tatum even got hurt because he had to go get your turnover, and then
Hey, don't do
hold on,
that,
bro. Let me cook, bro.
That is crazy.
Nah,
Go
let him
ahead, man.
cook.
That's
Let him
great. Go
cook.
ahead. Go ahead. No, go
Let him
ahead. Go
cook.
ahead. That's
Ray got to
I'm
talk. Let him
listening.
cook.
Your turnover was the reason why Tatum even got hurt in the first place. Then when you
Mm,
seen it, you were like, "Damn, my right hand man's is down.
fire.
Let me see what's going on." And I get it, he was in foul trouble, but he still didn't even attempt to force his will because. And then the following game, he almost damn near dropped the triple double, and that's when Jalen Brunson got 5 fouls in the third quarter, and that's when everything looked crazy, and they wanted to push this narrative for an extra game. Then you had the opportunity to force a game 7 because it's not like you didn't have a good supporting cast. Derek White just hit 8 threes the game beforehand. You still got Payton Pritchard, you still got Porzingis, you still got all these guys, Al Horford, and all those guys. You have options. You got Drew Holiday and stuff like that, and you shot 8 for 20 and you had 20 points. That's unacceptable in the closeout game, bro. And what I'm saying is, people like Jalen Brunson put so much pressure on everybody. They gonna break. Yo, the reason why Boston is about to get broken up is because of Jalen Brunson. He's about he's the reason that whole organization is about to get broken up because he showed so many flaws on them defensively that we and the mass majority of people thought Boston was good on the perimeter. Now we rubbing our eyes like, oh shit, can Derek White actually be a number one perimeter defender? Oh shit, is Drew Holiday a defender he used to be? The answer is no.
Mm.
But go ahead.
I don't know who raised their hand first. We got hands.
I raised my hand first.
Okay, Rig, go ahead, man.
I want to say this out the back. Fuck you, Ted. I hate how you just tried to put all that on JB back. Bro, JB hoop. Let's say this. JB hoop the game he's supposed to hoop. Whatchamacallit, Derek White played out his mind. The next game, everybody that you just named was fucking bums.
Lou Cornett disappeared too. He had 7 blocks in that last game.
And this is my thing. And this is my thing when we do this shit. We be so unfair and biased because we don't like players. No, goddamn
I
the
love
team that
Jason
play.
Tatum.
No, we're not talking about you. We talking to Ted. This specifically to Ted.
And JB, not JT.
JB who? I'm not disagreeing with that neither. He the Robin. But I'm saying he who niggas didn't help him, bro. They whole team was trash. Drew Holiday was fucking a disappearing act. He didn't even get over 8 points probably.
Yeah. Oh.
Al Horford didn't do shit. What's my other nigga name? Hold on. And Payton Pritchard and Kristaps Porzingis was ass.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with Kristaps Porzingis, man. But go ahead, Dub had his hand up. Go, we got another hand. Go ahead, Dub.
Hey,
go ahead, Dub.
Fernando just made my point though, and the fact of the matter is the Celtics window of opportunity just ran out, man. I mean, you only gonna get so, you know what I mean? Like, how many times did they go to the Eastern Conference Finals? And
LeBron did it 8 times. I'm just saying, if we ask him,
they've been every year. I think they've been every year. I think since Jason Tatum been there. I'm not mistaken.
They've been there every year since Jason Tatum been there, and they only
playoffs, not the Eastern Conference Finals, right?
They've been to the
Eastern Conference Finals. They got 7 of them with Tatum.
Wow. Damn near. Yeah, they got damn near 7.
The window of opportunity ran out, bro. I mean, it was only a matter of time.
Everybody's getting better. Hey, my biggest.
Y'all said all of that to say what?
Don't start.
I mean, what else you gonna do? First of all,
your second favorite player is glorified loser. Don't start.
Here you go. They glorified loser.
What I'm saying is, bro, $500 million is what your ticket is worth, dog.
That's true.
And your best overall player went. Your best overall player went down. And I get the supporting cast didn't do. Yo, listen, the supporting cast was ass, but you had 20 points in the closeout game and you worth $500 million. Are y'all all right with that?
Hey, I'm gonna say this though, real.
Because here's the other part. I can't even trade you. You worth too much. I can't. Who are you? Well, I'm gonna send you.
You worth $500 million. So then, so now you are stuck with buyer's remorse. So you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna be JT and JB heavy on contract, and everybody must go. So now you got to look around the league and say, how am I going to replace these dudes like Derek White, Drew Holiday, Porzingis, for whatever, Al Horford, like these glue guys. These are all glue guys.
Bro. He gone. He got one.
But it don't matter. It don't matter if he gone. it's the value that you were trying to substitute by looking in the market and there's not there. So what I'm telling you is what I said in the beginning of everything is with all these new school teams, the room for error is so small. There's no dynasties no more. I don't care how good you are. I don't care how good you are. All these guys that got maybe 1-2 chips or whatever after the LeBron and Steph era, these dudes don't go back and they don't defend the Western Conference. They don't defend the Eastern Conference. I mean the Celtics, yeah, but you went 7 times and you have 1 chip. There's no way that I'm calling it a dynasty.
Let me say this. Red, hold on, Red, before you go crazy. I know you about to say something. I want to do. I got 2. I want to say this. 2 different things that I noticed. Peyton Pritchard, that 6th man of the year looking funny in the light. They're looking real funny in the light, man. I mean, I was 11 points, and you come on. He had 11 points in that game yesterday. I don't know how many he had in the game 5, but Peyton Pritchard looked funny in the light. Joe Mazzulla, all them little jokes you had at the end of the game. Hey, y'all started losing. I ain't heard him say nothing witty or clever since. Okay, I think they miss Ime Udoka. I don't think, and I think what I also think is they need to stop trying to say Jason Tatum ain't as valuable as he is, because what we saw yesterday was a magnifying glass. Okay, Jason Tatum's not here. Drew Holiday, what do you do for us exactly? Peyton Pritchard, what do you do? When Jason Tatum isn't here, what do you guys do? Let's see it. And now we watching it in 4K like, oh, damn.
Keep cooking.
Jason Tatum is really good.
Keep cooking.
You said everything I said, though. Like, it's about the supporting cast.
We just got it. That's the supporting cast. We just got a magnifying glass of, okay, well, Drew Holiday really doesn't do anything for us. Well, now, because he was beneficial last season, you know what I'm saying? But my thing is that a lot of people were saying Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown, right? We had this conversation of, who's the best, and they can win without him. Well, do they lose like this without Jalen Brown? If Jason Tatum is on the court and Jalen Brown isn't, does the score look like this?
I really don't.
I don't think 40 points.
There's a lot of factors going to it.
Hold on, I'm gonna say this. I don't think so. But remember this though: Boston was 11-2 without Jason Tatum. They've never had the pleasure.
But you talking about regular season shit though. If this playoffs right here, we learning that the regular season don't matter. We just learned that.
I'm getting to it.
Go ahead.
The playoffs is 7 games. Nobody expected this freak injury, so they haven't had to play without each other.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying they do, but I'm gonna say this: even with JT, I think they still get their ass beat. Yep. That's just me personally. Like I think they are the perfect yin to each other's yang. You know? Like they're the perfect yin to each other's yang. Like they need each other. JT was one of probably had 40 points. They still lost about 40.
If he would have had 40, they would have lost by 20. God damn it. Jalen Brown had 20 points yesterday. I ain't seen. I'm being honest right here. When the last time we seen Jalen Brown put up 30 in a playoff game? Have we seen that happen? I'm not even trying to be funny. This is just something I was thinking.
He did it last year, but this is my last thing though. This is all I had to say though. This is my last thing.
All right.
Fuck. You know, with that team though, like I was saying this. We be talking about the game from a passionate spot because we like winners and we like motherfuckers that go out and go hard. In the NBA, and we've seen in these game sevens or closeout games, when this is big margins, ain't nobody's fucking playing. They don't got no heart. They're not trying to come back. To me, it look like a lot of these players are only playing for money, and they don't play for the love of the game or to win the game.
And to your point, Red, they pulled their team. They pulled their starters in the third quarter, bro.
So who you think is the epitome of that?
Well, I mean, they got a little bit of PTSD. I mean, after you see a player rip up his Achilles, you know what I'm saying? They're not trying to get nobody else hurt, especially when you're getting spanked like that. And real quick, just before we get off subject, I just want to say, anytime that you, because there's pros and cons with the way you put a team together. If you put a team together on some Warriors era type shit, where literally, you know what I'm saying, everybody needs each other and everybody's moving the ball around, and like the Celtics have started to do, you know what I'm saying? When you lose a key piece of that, and all you have is role players left, you know what I mean? You're going to run into that. As opposed to if you get let's say you get a big three, you know, one goes down, you still got 2 players that can still put up numbers. So I just think that's part of the way you put together your team, and you got to, you live or die by however you put together your squad.
And to your point, somebody said it on, I think they said it on my Facebook now. We're starting to find teams that are literally built up from the ground. The paces are built up. the Knicks are built up teams. Minnesota,
OKC.
all these teams, OKC, these are Pistons. All these teams are becoming built up teams that they've been playing with each other for 5 or 6 years, man. But my bad, Ted, you was finna say something, Ted. What you about to say? What you got?
That's
You
because
said
that's
who's
that's
the
because
epitome of something? Oh.
oh yeah, because what Red said, oh, these guys don't want to play basketball, they want to play for the money.
Who's the epitome of that? Damian Lillard?
No, Jalen Brown.
Oh,
Jalen Brown? You think so?
Bro, listen.
That's kid.
All right, but anyways, I'm not gonna beat the dead
I'm
horse.
saying
But
He was just the Finals MVP last year.
but that's tough, Ted. Like, let
And
me
they
say
gave
this
him
though.
that award.
Hold
They
on,
know
no,
they could have gave Jason Tatum that in the
listen
finals.
though,
know it's true.
and they
If
might,
they'll start hating.
and they might
Quote
have
the
Zip,
stats.
and they might have Zip. And I know what Ted going to. They gave JB the biggest contract for. Cool. Why the fuck is that a problem? But I'm just gonna say that. Why the fuck is that a problem for me knowing my worth? If we go to a job and we trying to do something else, I'm supposed to know my fucking worth. The market value is here. You sign these TV deals. I know what the next big contract gonna look like.
Listen,
So I'm gonna do that.
Red,
What Jay-Z
if you know
said-
your worth, get your ass out there in that third quarter. I don't care if we
Hold
lose
on,
by 100. Get your ass out there and
Damn.
play.
But
I ain't coming out.
Would you rather be underpaid or overrated?
But hold up, E. But I want to say this though. At one point in time, James Harden was the highest paid.
He was.
He fucked it up. He ain't never won shit. So that's what I'm saying. We gotta stop doing this bullshit.
I do the same shit with James Harden. Ain't nothing with
No,
it.
you-
But I'm glad we brought.
Bad example. Bad example.
He
Use
know,
somebody
no,
else.
no. He know who I'm talking to. Tell know who the fuck I'm talking to. Yeah, look. I love how he be trying to paint these narratives. It's like, nah, nigga. Everybody that got a check ain't lived up or ain't fucking doing nothing. Luka the last nigga to get paid. He ain't won a motherfucking thing. So everybody with these big ass contracts ain't won shit.
I want to ask you.
500 mil big though.
Viewership plays a big role though. I think viewership plays a huge role. I mean, if you bringing in ticket sales, you bringing in the ratings. I mean, I want some of that money. That's my money.
I'm not mad for any young brother going to go get a check. I don't care. Get the money because it's out there. They're gonna spend it regardless because they're gonna get into a tax penalty, so they gotta spend it. So I'm not tripping.
But Ted,
I'm not
what's
tripping
confusing
about.
me is Red was the one that made the point, and then he get mad at you for saying it was Jalen Brown. He was the one that said that
Bro,
these niggas ain't
I'm
playing for the
only
money.
using what Red said.
Listen what I'm saying, bro. I wasn't even using the big niggas. I'm saying these niggas don't play to win no more. I mean, that's the whole NBA. I'm saying the whole NBA don't really play to win.
And it's only about the bread. So when my right hand man went down for injury, fuck it. Fuck the series, right? I'm gonna just put my casual 20 up there and then I'm gonna cry about it.
Why do y'all feel like that though? Because why do y'all feel like they don't play to win? Because I feel like the talent level has gone up. Like, you know what I mean? Like the competitiveness is on a whole nother level.
You want me to answer you that, Dub? You want me to answer that, Dub?
Huh?
You want me to answer you?
Yeah.
Why the fuck did Donovan Mitchell not play the second half of 2 games ago?
Yeah, game 4 or 5, I think it was.
So this is where I go back to saying, stop talking to me about not you, Dub, but just stop talking to me about regular season shit when they was about to be on a historical road with game-winning seasons.
I know. Wait. I know that ain't Ted saying that. I know.
Mm-hmm.
I done told you Donovan Mitchell ain't nothing with him for 8 years now. And now, don't talk.
Hold on.
You and Shaq been cooking me about
the reason why I brought it up is because Red had said something about the Celtics being 11-2 without Jason Tatum. Yeah. So what I'm saying is the same way you could say about that, the same way you could say about they won 70 games with Donovan Mitchell. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Why the fuck did you choose to not play? And then the elimination game at your crib where you get, at your crib, excuse me, at your opportunity to force this to game 7.
Yeah.
How you know he wasn't hurt? How you know he ain't
I never said he wasn't hurt.
It's Coochie hurt.
I never said he wasn't hurt.
He walked out the court at halftime and rolled. He didn't even roll his ankle. He just stepped weird. Go ahead, Zell. My bad.
I'm mad he even walked out on the court for real. He should just stayed.
You need to go. You need to go back. Go back 2 months ago. Go back 2 months ago when I said that the Cleveland Cavs were the 05 Hawks. Go back. You said
that.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna let Ted rock, man. I don't like how he's talking.
He did say that.
Red, what I'm doing is I'm hearing a lot of side conversation when we ain't on the pod with Shaq and Ted. Shaq is you know what I'm saying? And they talk real big about Donovan Mitchell. You feel me? So I'm I can't remember right, but I'm gonna let it rock. Hey,
But I can say two
But
things
yeah.
correctly at the same time that have two different angles. I can say
I
that.
guess.
But
I
I
can.
the
guess.
but
I,
but the
That's called two-faced and where we from,
but
Red. That's called
Yeah, you
that's
sound like my
called
baby mama.
two-faced.
You talk about
hey, hey,
AK-52 at
the
the same time.
but the
Oh,
reason I said what I said, Dub, though, if you just look at like big market teams are usually put in position to win
Win
championships, right?
championship, yeah.
So like smaller market teams, they fight hard enough just to put up the fight, right? But when you see these big market teams play or get in tough situations, they usually fold. So that's why I say like I don't feel like they actually play to win.
I got
Like
you.
even with my Lakers, I'm just like
Yeah.
that's true.
we
Hey,
didn't we
but
didn't even we didn't
if
even
my
try to
legs
mix and
is
match it.
insured, if my body is insured based off the fact that I'm making $50 million
I'm
next year,
with you.
bro, I might have
I'm
to
with
make executive decisions. I'm
Hey,
sorry,
I'm
man. I
not
gotta be the
mad at it,
devil's
man. That's a
advocate
I'm
lot of
not mad
money,
at
on
man.
you.
this
I'm
one,
not
man.
mad at
That's
it.
why.
I'm
And
mad.
Tatum was crying, man. He was like, "Why me?" You know what I'm saying? And he paid. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I think these are these people's livelihood, man, and they
That's
live a
true.
luxury lifestyle. But I don't want to harp on that, y'all. I want to pivot. I want to pivot to the next two. So now, Jalen Brunson. What we doing with Jalen? Is Jalen Brunson the
Yes.
best New York Knicks
Yes.
player of all time? If
Yes.
if there's an if
That's
behind
what
it,
I was
put your
waiting for.
own ifs. I like a broad. You know me. I like to ask a broad question, and y'all shape it how you want to shape it. So with
As a
Jalen
Nick.
Brunson, is
As
he
a
the
Nick. As
go
a
ahead, Jay.
Nick. As a Nick. As a
As a
Nick.
Nick, as a
Yes.
Nick, yeah, as a
Yes.
Nick player, is Jalen Brunson the best
Yes.
Nick of all time?
And it's
I
early. It's very
mean,
early to
I
say
think
it, but
so.
I
I
say yes because the way he's playing is like them last 5 minutes is like it's just like it's like he just turned a light switch on. It's like he's just another
He's just
monster.
another
It's like when he
star.
goes out there, he's not missing a shot, and the way
I,
that the team
this is
around
good.
him
This is
too.
good shit right here.
it is good.
You know what I'm saying? Like the way the team is just around him. You got you got Mitchell Robinson going out there hitting free
He was
throws.
hooping.
Like
He was
you
That
hooping.
got
nigga get
you
that
got
nigga
I
get a
don't
OG,
statue,
you
bro.
got
I don't disagree,
Mike Hill, you got people getting 20+ points and stuff. Like
and I
the
know it's
whole
been a while.
it's the point guard doing all this orchestrating this. That's what it
And
is.
it,
It's
and it,
Nick's
and it, and
one.
it,
So
and it,
yes,
just, and
he's
it
the
just broke
greatest
a
Nick.
record.
No,
I mean,
Huh?
and they just broke that drought. 28-year drought of making Eastern Conference Finals. But
that's
he
true.
getting a
Come on,
statue.
man.
Thousand,
Come on, man.
2000, 25
He
years,
getting he
25
getting a
years.
statue while he playing. Bro.
Come
Jalen
on,
Brunson is the
man.
best nigga player, bro. And to
Come
be
on.
honest
What you
with you,
about to say, Dub? Oh, my bad, Red.
he
I'm sorry.
he MVP of the playoffs right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
easily,
I'm not
easily.
taking nothing away from Jalen Brunson because he done brought some life back to
Yeah,
New
y'all
York.
cooking. I
But
can't
Patrick
wait.
Ewing is the best Nick of all time. It's gonna be hard to pass that. Earlier, y'all was talking about 25 and 10. It's
Woo.
hard to do. Y'all need to go back in
You
history
talking
and look
you talking about
and look at
yeah.
Hey,
that.
Ewing was one of them.
He
I'm glad you
was
Hold
brought
on,
it
cold. He
up,
hold
was
on,
Dub.
cold.
hold on,
He
hold
was
on.
cold.
See,
And
see,
he went to
So
see,
two
Jalen
see.
NBA
Brunson
finals.
is the best since Patrick Ewing. You
Go
know what I'm
ahead,
saying?
Doug.
His jersey just got retired this past year. Y'all got to put some respect on my man's name.
Patrick
How
Ewing,
long
one
he
of
been
them.
retired? How long he been retired?
Hey, what's Scottie Pippen do to him? Somebody got to take.
Nah,
Oh,
hey,
you talking about when
listen,
he dunked on him and pushed him down?
listen.
Hey man, everybody get posterized. What happened to
Put
LeBron in
all
the
them kids
Olympics?
on
Tell
him.
me, that's it. Where that man at now?
That was
All
Scottie
right.
Pippen Jr. on him.
Pat do average. I think he averaged 24 and 10 for his career. But go
Yeah,
ahead, Jay.
Hold
My
on,
bad.
hold
What
on,
you about to say?
hold on,
Didn't
Doug.
Amari do that same thing
Real
in New
quick though,
York?
real
Lamar's
quick,
up there.
real quick.
I think
But
he,
but but
That
I
was
don't know if it was.
alone.
Yeah,
So,
you're
so what
right.
we talk?
I was saying for a
What
career, but
what are we talking about?
That
we
nigga
talking about
5'11",
15 years of
Ted.
greatness. We talking
That
about
nigga
Patrick
5'11",
Ewing.
No, I'm
Ted.
saying, Red. I'm about to cook. Tell him.
Oh, hey, nigga
What you about to say,
5'11".
Ted?
Go
Go ahead.
ahead. Go
Go ahead.
ahead.
I'm gonna
Hey,
pull up some
listen.
numbers. Go ahead. I'm listening to you,
Hey,
Ted.
listen. EJ designed the question really, really good.
Hmm
Talking about the best Nick. We seen this in Dallas. Why are we acting crazy? We seen this in Dallas. He was cooking in the West. Yo, do y'all remember when they went against Dallas? I mean, excuse me, Utah, and Luka got hurt that one game, and they was already down 0-1, and
Yeah,
he
Yeah.
came up and dropped a 50 clip.
yeah. I was sleeping on Jalen
So,
Brunson when
so,
he was
so
in
what I'm
Dallas.
saying is, this dude is 5'11" with no shoes on.
Yeah,
I don't know if people realize how hard it is to score at that height.
yeah.
As efficient as he does. And then what I don't like, so you
And to
made
be
up a
the
good
best
point,
player on
Doug.
your team,
You
y'all. My
said
bad. Go.
you said 25 and 10, which is really good. That's about what Pat averaged and stuff like that. Let's talk about 38 and 8. That's what he's pretty much averaging in the playoffs for the last 2.5, 3 years. And
Let's
this
talk
is
about it.
without the keys. So everybody says he's a jack, he's a volume scorer, XYZ, but he gets everybody else involved. They asked him the other day, they said, do you desire being the best player in a championship scenario. So let's say if you make it to the championship after y'all beat Indiana and you're in the championship, do you desire to be in the best player? He said, I'll do whatever it takes to be the best for my team.
I agree. He's a winner.
So when you talk like that, knowing that you have the ability, you know that you're the best out there. You know that nobody can fuck with you on the New York roster. But you say, I'll do whatever I can for my team. And he's out there averaging 8 assists and people call him a jack. He does. He crushes every single narrative. Because when they was going against Detroit and they had the, Thompson on them and it was real tough for him. They were sending a lot of help, a lot of different looks at him. They were like, yeah, it's a long series. That's what he told. He told Katie, said it's gonna be a long series. Then everybody was saying, well, he not even gonna get one out of Boston. He beat Boston. So he's answering every single question, every single narrative. So what I will answer without dancing, I'm sorry I had to explain it like that.
Because you showed dancing, I'm like, oh my God, this politically correct answer. Oh my goodness.
If he goes to the finals, then yes, he's the best. He's the best.
If he goes to the finals.
But
Pat
wait.
never made the finals, right?
You gotta
If he goes or
basically
if he
say
wins.
that when you're talking about Jalen Brunson. You gotta
If he
do that
goes,
long narrative.
Pat ain't never won, right? And Pat never
Nah.
Pat never even been to
went
the
to the
finals
finals in '99 and they went in '94. Both. I think this though. See, part of my argument was that I thought
Who they played in '99?
They played not the Spurs. They lost to Tim Duncan. Them. They lost to Tim.
Yeah,
That was
I
when
didn't
Tim
know- I
Duncan
didn't know he
first
made
went with David Robinson. Yeah, they lost 4-1. Tim Duncan got off.
But that's when Ewing got hurt in '99, right?
Something like
I
that.
don't know if he got hurt.
Wait,
That's a fair
it's
question.
like
I'll look it up and see if he got hurt.
So
I don't know.
he got there.
He
He got there and got hurt. So what I'm saying is,
Okay. Yeah. No, I see.
this
Yeah.
this
He might have did
conference
get hurt.
this conference finals is huge though, because if y'all don't remember, the Pacers put out the Knicks last year to play the Celtics to be in the interconference finals. So what I'm saying is,
And it goes
this
back
will
to Reggie
also
Miller and stuff too. Back in the day.
exactly, and this will make me think how bad. Like this will show me if you really a killer. And I'm not saying that defensively that the Indiana Pacers are better than Boston. They're not. But what I'm saying is, a team that beat you, are you on your revenge tour? Like, like how bad do you want to be a villain?
This
Like,
gonna
because
be
he's
a-
like a real nice guy. He's real good with the media. Him and Josh Hart, they're very politically correct. Be a villain. Like, this is your opportunity to go out there and bring the Knicks to the finals to go against
Embrace that shit.
3 possible killers. So
They're
so when you look around and you say, damn, if I get the Pacers out of here, I look and I say I got to either go against Ant-Man, SGA, or Joker. You got some killers on the other side.
Yeah.
And if you are able
I see
to
one
compete,
killer, man. I heard one killer name in them 3. I heard one killer.
They'll get there. They
you a
might get
hater.
there.
You a hater.
Julius Randle
I've
been
been watching the
hooping.
play. Y'all know I've been watching. I heard one killer and a couple maybe backup killers, some role killers, or something. Whichever way. My bad.
Road killers.
Hey, but I think
They
this,
want frontline EJ.
I think this, I think
They
this,
was on the back. Yeah, they was in the. What's they read? My bad. They was in the back.
I think this Pacers and Knicks series for the Knicks to win. Cat got a ball.
Oh, hold on, Red. Hold on. Let's not go there yet. Hold on, y'all. Let me, cause I want to talk about that. I wanted to with the Brunson.
Oh, I want to cut you out.
The Brunson talk, y'all.
What?
Hold on, Red. No, because we got to do it. We got to
Now,
close
look,
this out. Carmelo Anthony. Y'all got Brunson over Carmelo as a Knick. Carmelo
Yes.
Anthony's enough.
I got Brunson.
I gotta do
Yes.
that due diligence. There's gonna be people watching and they're gonna say, "Why you ain't saying?"
Sure.
We got Walt Frazier. We got Walt Frazier.
Man, we didn't even watch that shit. We
I
didn't
didn't
watch
watch
Houston was
that
cold.
I didn't watch Walt
Hey,
Frazier. I did
I'm
watch
talking
Allen
about
Houston. I watched
Hey,
Allen
2-0
Houston.
He's better than him. He was a better Knick when he was on Dallas.
He's from my hometown. I love Allen.
And H2O wasn't even the
Allen.
number one option. But he wasn't even the number one option.
Yeah, none of these was. The only other
He was
person
better than
was
Amari.
Earl the Pearl and Bernard King. Bernard King was a
Bernard
bucket.
King, yeah.
He kept getting hurt back
Bernard
then.
King was nice. Bernard King was
Bernard
nice,
was a
but
bucket.
He don't care about that old ass shit.
What about Mark Jackson?
Mark
Yeah, he
Jackson
better than
was
Mark.
up too.
He better
Alright,
than that.
anyway.
So it's really
All
just
right,
gonna
cut
be.
this shit. Let's cut this shit. Let's cut this shit.
Man,
Hold on,
what
we
you
ain't. Hold on, one more
These
piece.
niggas
One more
hell,
piece. I
man.
want to read some numbers off. I want to read some numbers about Patrick Ewing because y'all tweaking right now.
There we go. There we
Pro
go.
average 28 and 10, 26 and 11, 24 and 12, 24 and 12, 23 and 12, 23 and come on, bro. This is
Hey,
as a Knick.
What's his playoff
Hey,
stats? What's his playoff
The
stats?
nigga
What does playoff
that
numbers look like?
Tall.
Yeah,
He
playoff
just,
First of all,
he
he's playing
started
against
like 5 and
The
11.
legends of the '90s.
But that's
What's his
Yeah,
playoff number,
we need
DJ?
to keep up like
He's also doing
What is
what's
his
Patrick
playoff
Ewing
numbers?
playoff stats? Patrick
Listen
Ewing
though,
playoff stats.
but Jalen Brunson get that same treatment we gave AI because AI was undersized and could score. He get
Yeah.
that same
Oh, I
treatment.
love that.
Exactly.
You know, listen, I said that already.
He get
I
that same
I'm
treatment.
confused as to why people don't agree with me that Jalen Brunson is the Iverson of this generation. I say that all
No,
the
he
time,
is.
but they don't
I'm
like
not
it. People
disagreeing.
don't
I'm
like
with you.
Because he ain't
People
got no
don't like it.
swagger.
His yeah,
He ain't got
don't
no
have no
box.
swagger.
his
He ain't got
numbers
no.
in
He
the
ain't got no
playoffs are
bunny.
kind of ass, y'all. I ain't
No,
gonna lie
because
to
he
you.
ain't from the trenches, Dub. That's why.
Talk to him, DJ.
True.
No,
DJ.
no,
You want
Sam,
him to?
DJ.
You ready?
DJ, it's your
Sam,
turn.
DJ.
I'm gonna
Sam,
read 'em.
DJ.
Patrick Ewing numbers in the playoffs. They ain't ass. They just it's the era.
Yeah.
19 and 13, 19 and 10, 29 and 10, 16 and 10, 23 and 11, 25 and 11, 21 and 12, 19 and 10. 20 that ain't terrible.
That's
20.
That's
It
good.
just
That's
ain't.
decent. Yeah,
Back
I'm
when
just
they
good.
were
saying
scoring like
it's
90
not like
points in the playoff
27.
games.
That's
They were scoring like 90.
really,
It was like 90 to
really
74.
good.
yeah.
That's really, really good. But Brunson takes his numbers through the roof
It's like the
in the
team
playoffs.
accolades. Honestly, I'm sorry. It's in the city of New York. It's like if you bring a chip,
Yeah,
man, it don't matter. It don't matter.
I agree,
Jalen
Sam.
Brunson can average 11 points. If you
Hey,
bring a
I'm
chip,
hating.
he the greatest.
Bro,
I
if you
really don't.
average
Like,
I
it don't
really,
28
matter.
and 12 and you ain't shooting no threes, this is not the
He ain't
era of
shooting no
threes,
three.
bro.
He
I
getting
really,
his.
I
But
really
see,
don't want
Bro,
the Knicks to win because we're not gonna be
yeah.
able to shut the world up if the Knicks
Oh
win. I really
no,
don't
bro,
want to
the
do
no,
that.
that's
city,
not.
go,
I really don't.
That's like the
the
Dallas
world is
Cowboys
gonna
winning,
blow
bro.
up,
I
That's
was
like the
just
Oh
Dallas
about to
yeah,
say that.
Cowboys.
they gonna start
Yeah,
it
They
the
right.
Knicks
ain't
gonna be
They
over,
gonna,
never
bro.
they
gonna.
gonna be right everywhere.
we're never
Yeah,
gonna hear the end of this
we're
shit.
never gonna hear the end of it.
Hey,
Hey,
yo,
real quick,
son.
close us out on this. I think that this was somebody brought this up in one of the group chats I'm in. They was like, if you put Patrick Ewing though with those numbers in this era, then it looks a lot crazier. His numbers go up. But I asked him, I said, well, what does Jalen Brunson look like in that era? Then because he averaging 28 and 8. So what do you have to say what it looks like back in the 90s? And I think Jalen Brunson, the way he played, bro, they can't tell me he
28
couldn't
and
have played
5.
back then.
28,
Hey,
He could.
28, 8
Because
and
if
he's
he,
5.
quick.
hey, if he played in Patrick Ewing era, 'cause that would be with Isaiah Thomas, all them, right?
Yeah, that's
Essentially, right?
Isaiah Thomas and
Mm,
Mark Price, Mitch
He
Richmond.
if he with
He
these
has like
same
22. He
hold
has
on,
like
listen.
22, 23.
Now listen, with these same numbers, I'm saying if we took his numbers and just put them in that other era, we would put him in the same conversation as Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
Just with
Better.
those numbers alone.
Better.
That's what I'm
They're
saying.
not calling no fouls though.
I would try not to be disrespectful to it, but
I'm
he would
with
be
you though.
better.
I'm with
He
you
would
though,
be
cuz. But
he would be a top
let's
5 going all time if we put him in
if
that
we
era.
just examine
He
it
fit the
like
mold
that.
of that era, in my
Yeah,
opinion. He
yeah.
played
yeah.
that style of ball.
So
So I think
you're
go ahead.
6'1" and you 28, 8 and 5. Is
With
not
some of the
that
best
not
post game in the league.
is that so I understand that it may not look this way when I say it. That's not is that not comparable to Magic?
Mm.
I mean, yeah, I thought
I'm
it
not
was.
talking about player because
Yeah,
when
yeah.
I
Yeah,
say
we're not
this and
talking about style.
everybody,
We're talking about numbers.
bro, everybody's gonna go replay this and be like, oh, what is this kid talking about? He doesn't know Magic, blah blah blah. I'm not talking about an already established legacy. I'm talking about strictly player to player dissecting.
Mhm.
Brunson in
Yeah.
the 90s and even the late 80s would be a number 1 or number 2 point. You know how much crazy work he would give John Stockton? Let's be for real. He would give Stockton so much crazy work. He would give Gary Payton crazy
You know
work.
what's funny to me? The other
Both
day,
yeah.
they mentioned the fact that Jalen Brown plays like he used to play football, right? And my
Jalen Brunson, yeah. Oh,
no,
Jalen
no,
Brown. I got you. I follow you,
no.
Dub. Yes, I follow
In
you.
my opinion, I think Jalen Brown he plays basketball like a running back. You know
He
what I mean?
does.
And
He
and,
does.
and I think he is built for that '90s era
You
because
said
You talking about
Brunson or
Brunson? You
Brown?
talking about Brunson, right? Dub Brunson.
so I was making a comparison.
I
So,
got
but
you.
yeah, but yeah, I'm talking about Brunson. So Brunson plays like he looks like he used to play, like you said, either play football or was a wrestler at some point
Yeah.
because he drives to the hole like a almost like a Derrick Rose. You know what I'm saying? Like he would, you know what I mean? I think he has the, I think he has I don't know, he has the tenacity. You know what I'm saying of a football player, and that's why I
You
think.
look like me out there a little bit. Yeah.
I liked your first part. I
Go
liked
ahead.
your first part. He was definitely running back material. He's very physical. He brings the smoke to you. He doesn't wait to get touched in regards to that when he goes to the cup. But like when I think about Jalen Brunson, I think very below the rim. So when you said
Yeah,
Derrick Rose, I don't
No,
like
I'm
that.
talking more so the cuffing of the ball. So
Yeah.
when he drive to the hole and cuff the ball like this and then lay it
Yeah.
up. Ted,
Physicality.
you might not know about this. This is when you drive and when you shoot layups. Okay, sometimes instead of holding it like this, you put it like this. You feel me?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I literally do that move. I literally do that move.
but now, hey,
And
I don't
that's
know.
the only reason why he said that. Bro,
Go ahead,
matter of
Rick.
fact,
What
hey,
was
yo,
that?
I
replay
agree with
this.
every,
Hakeem, Khalil, Shaq, y'all all know I literally do that move. Like he's
I agree.
crazy.
I
I
agree with
don't know.
Doug with the
We're gonna
I
say
agree with Doug with the running back perspective because at his size, you have to learn angles and you have to use your body to create that space.
Yep.
So with him at that size, he can post up anybody because he's strong up top and he got strong legs and strong
Yep.
feet. So when I'm hitting you, it's affecting you. It's not affecting me. If you going downhill, you gonna go that way. I got an open shot. I
Because
create the
you
space.
bring in the
That's how.
smoke. You
Yeah, because I'm
initiating it,
having.
right?
Right.
But hold up. But let's go back to my point of what I was saying about JT and JB. This is their decline and their default because if they did that at those sizes, nobody would be able to guard them because they can shoot over the top of most people that's defending them.
Yeah.
That's why I said by them falling in love with the three, it hurt them.
Yeah.
But
The
if y'all
reason
ask me though, Nixon five against
go to that. Yeah,
but
go set us
yeah.
up, Ted. We going.
Knicks and
Go to the
5
next.
against
Go
the
to
Pacers.
so
Nixon
so
six.
it's
yeah,
smoke.
hey,
It's
Nixon
smoke,
six.
Doug.
Almost crazy.
It's
I
smoke, Doug. It's revenge talk.
quadruple down what Red said. Nixon 5. They that shit
Nixon
over
five.
with. That shit
Nixon
is over
five.
I'm
with.
gonna go.
I got Nixon six. I got Nixon six.
They
It's going 7 games.
Put
It's
it
going
on. Put
7
it on
games.
paper. Put it on paper.
Listen, y'all.
man.
Listen.
I got Knicks and 7.
They got catfish here, bro. Listen, they got catfish here. Even though we say Cat's off, Cat been playing his ass off a little bit, and he can shoot the ball. So,
I think
and then think about this.
I think the opposite, Rick. But finish. I'm sorry. Finish. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna
No,
say, and then you got
OG
what's my guy name? In the Bridges.
Ananobi.
Nah,
Mikal Bridges.
damn him, Mikal Bridges.
Mikal Bridges.
With Mikal Bridges and Cat, bro, they gonna smack the shit out the Pacers.
You saying damn OG is
too.
crazy to me because I think OG
No,
is playing better
no.
than Cat. I think
I'm
OG
not-
is their second
listen.
best player in this
Listen, what I'm saying.
in the playoffs.
Listen,
In the
On a
playoffs.
hold on, listen.
consistent basis,
Yes,
yeah.
right
On a
now.
consistent
But
basis,
I'm,
yes.
overall.
Yes.
In the playoffs.
hold on, but
He had
I'm
one
gonna give you
bad game, like last game though, but you know.
from a
Let's
coaching.
cut the shit.
Hold on, real quick, from a coaching standpoint, what's the guy they got on the other team? The big
Miles
man
Turner?
that be going Cat.
Miles Turner.
Miles Turner don't play a lick of fucking defense. That's why I said Cat. They have no
Miles
big
Turner, he played
men.
with Legos and stuff, man.
They-
Don't
they-
worry
He
about him.
played. He played the same
they-
style of ball Cat though. So Cat
Listen though,
Yeah,
but
he
they
does.
they have no defense to stop Cat. They do
Put your
play the
hand
same
down.
style of ball, but Cat is a better player than Miles Turner.
This ain't gonna be so Red. This ain't gonna be about defense. This is gonna be a 130, 135 pointer.
Yes.
All right, cool.
That's what this is.
So
No,
if you
shootout,
go
shootout.
so hold up, but listen. So if you go a Miles Turner or Cat, who you picking in the shootout?
I hope
I'm
Cat can
picking
win.
Cat.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
picking
picking
Cat.
Cat.
But the way he's been playing in this playoffs, bro, I'm hesitant. But go ahead, Ted. Go ahead. You raise your
He
hand.
been
Go ahead.
averaging a double.
Nah,
He been-
I mean
he been-
it's
I was
there's not
expecting
gonna
him to
be
go
a
to 25.
there's not
I thought
gonna
he was
there's
gonna
not
have
gonna be
25.
there's
They
not gonna
gonna
be
give
a
you 2 good games.
there's not gonna be a lick of defense this next series.
No.
I'm not expecting.
It's who got the most bullets and who hit the most targets. But
They won't smoke. They won't
but
smoke.
but I
Comes
love
out
it though
smoke.
because my Euro pivot is this. Let's talk about tomorrow. How about that? Let's talk about tomorrow. We talking about whoever already won. Let's talk about who.
Yeah. You're right. You want to go?
So I want to do a quick Euro before I
You
dip
say
because
Euro
I
pivot.
only got about
Like
like 10 more minutes.
Okay.
So let's Euro for tomorrow. This is a game 7, right? So it's not just about who I think is the winner. This is really, really good to me. Why? Because this is a opportunity for Joker to go back to the Western Conference, have another shot. Excuse me, I lied. Go back to the Western Conference Finals, have another shot at the finals. See if you can get 2 rings. Or the more exciting thing that I want to see is Ant-Man versus SGA baby rivalry.
That shit ain't gonna be exciting.
No, I'm saying though, I'm talking about just matchups. Like I want to see bucket for bucket. Like I don't want to see Anthony Edwards do an in and out Euro, step back 3, and splash it, and then Joker come down, dribble for 10 seconds, and then just do a finger roll. I want to see SGA versus Ant-Man. I want them to guard each other the majority of the game, depending on foul trouble, whatever the case may be. I want to see that. So the point that I'm making is who y'all got, not because of who you want, but who y'all got.
I got the Nuggets. I've been saying
What's
the
the
Nuggets.
update on Gordon's injury though? Because Gordon got an injury.
He's
I forgot he got hurt.
Aaron Gordon got an injury.
What he hurt? Anybody know what he hurt?
Yeah, I can pull it up, but
I
whatever it
already
is, I
told
know
you,
he
I
was
got the under. I got SGA all day, baby. We going UK this year, baby. Yeah, already.
Listen. Dub, I know you're a UK fan and all. I mean, I know you went to UK. I know EJ went to UK. This is all I'm gonna say. Because Ted said that bullshit about it being exciting.
hamstring.
I'm just gonna say this shit. The
Hamstring.
Thunder not
Hamstring.
fucking exciting.
Yep. It's
The
part of the
Thunder
NBA
not
script.
excited.
No, they not fucking exciting. Stop y'all shit.
The
This
Nuggets
shit, we
ain't
got.
excited. What you
The
mean?
No,
Nuggets
I'm
ain't
not.
really
Listen.
excited.
No, no,
OKC,
no, no, no.
OKC the
No.
Spurs.
Listen.
OKC 2003 Spurs. They
That
was so
had nothing.
boring.
That
They
had nothing to
boring.
do with the Nuggets, EJ. I
They
was just going
boring
off
as
what
hell.
Ted said. Ted said he want to see SGA and Ant-Man. That shit is not exciting. We got one nigga coming down here talking shit, shoot threes, kissing babies, and we got this other nigga coming down here making layups and run
But
down the court.
it's some
Nigga,
weird
that
Ant
ain't
was
random
gonna
gonna
fault.
guard
even say that.
SGA
Come
though,
on, man. That
and
shit
that was
ain't
gonna
cute.
check. Hey, I don't know if SGA gonna check Ant, but Ant
He
gonna check
not.
him.
He
Ant gonna
not.
check him. Oh,
I'm
okay.
saying SGA not gonna guard him. It don't make sense. You're too fucking little. Ain't gonna have a field day with
He
SGA.
ain't little. Now I gotta call SGA because we gotta strap that shit up. That shit dead. Y'all tripping. SGA
And
got
You
so,
really
strapped.
hold on. You really think SGA can fucking guard Ant-Man 1-on-1?
If he's shooting 15 threes, absolutely.
This is what I'm
Yes.
saying, EJ. Do you think?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Listen, if we play 1-on-1 right now, right? I know you as a shooter.
Okay.
If we playing 1-on-1, you not finna shoot that shit. You gonna take your advantages.
And
So
Edwards ain't been doing that. He went 0 for 11 like
he
twice
ain't
in
had.
the playoffs. He went 0 for 10, 0 for 11.
Cause he ain't had to, bro.
You ain't hating.
This
You
shit
know
been
what's crazy? The
this shit
same
been a
shit you can say
cakewalk.
about Jason Tatum, you won't say about Ant Edwards. Why you
Yeah,
don't give him that smoke?
because Elvis do go downhill.
He shoot just as many threes. He shoot more threes than not than Jason Tatum.
I'm gonna get to it. He
Anthony
does
Edwards
shoot.
go downhill when he want to get it done.
Listen.
Yeah.
He does shoot more threes, but I guarantee you he shoot more free throws and more layups than JT shoots in the whole entire season.
He might. I don't know.
I don't know.
I ain't gonna argue that.
So answer the
That's a
question,
hater
EJ and
voice.
Zell. Answer the
That's a
Yeah.
hater
question, EJ
voice.
and
Yeah.
Zell.
Man, them
Go ahead.
niggas go off
Who
of
you got,
EJ.
Zell?
You know who EJ got? I know who EJ got.
Oh, me? You want me to answer the question?
Either
I
or.
Wait,
I don't
know
care
who
which.
you got.
Let Zell go. Zell, you go. You go first, Zell.
If the Nuggets are healthy, I got the Nuggets. But if
All right,
Gordon's
Zell.
out, I got OKC.
I think what Zell is saying is right. No bias. If
That's
Aaron
right.
Gordon is
That's
playing,
right.
I got the
That's
Nuggets.
right.
I got the
That's
Nuggets. Jalen Williams done had 4 crappy games, and if he have a 5th one, they gonna lose.
Hey, but didn't I tell you he wasn't a good? I told you he wasn't a good second option though. When you
He
brought this nigga up
was
as
he
the
I
number
said
was
one
in
the
the
guy.
same
second
thing.
in the first round though, y'all. He was. He just
Hey,
he
and
just
plus,
letting up.
who's the
I said
Nuggets?
let me get this.
The
They
Nuggets
did
have
play the Grizz.
who's that player that stepped up for the Nuggets?
Oh,
Number 3.
Number 3, Strother.
Yeah.
Julian Strother.
let's not talk about him. Let's talk about who we need to talk about. Let's talk about the guy that EJ disrespected 2 weeks ago, and I was not feeling that shit.
Who I
Talk
disrespect?
about it. Let's talk about it.
Christian Braun.
Christian Brown.
Christian Braun.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about Christian Braun outplaying Lou Dort, like you
Oh
said
yeah,
he
he
wasn't.
is.
Man,
Yeah,
Lou
he
Dort
is.
shoot
Lou
threes.
Dort.
That's all he do is
Oh
shoot
no,
threes. He not
They
gonna
let me
guard.
down.
All he
listen,
all he do is shoot
I gotta
threes.
listen. It don't happen often, but I gotta make bro eat his words because he told me he told me that Lou Dort was gonna outplay Braun and Braun was gonna be looking retarded out there. He can't score
Lou Dort
consistently.
trash.
But and then let's talk about the motherfucker that I hate more than anybody in the NBA. And you know I hate a lot of people. Y'all know I hate a lot of people.
you
Let's
hate?
talk about it.
Yeah, you
Let's
a hater
talk
for
about
real.
Michael Porter Jr. I hate him so motherfucking much. Listen.
Hey, I hate him too though. I hate
Listen,
him too.
I hate him
Red.
I hate
I
too.
him
don't
too.
That's
hate
why I hate him.
nobody more
I
in the
hate him
NBA.
too.
And y'all
He
told me
said he
that he
hated
had
his
a
brother.
back injury. He fucking sucks. He is the worst. Yo, listen. Y'all was just talking to me. No, Diddy. Y'all was talking about prospects and size and them being 6'10" and all this other shit. He is the worst 6'10" motherfucker I have ever seen with that prototype scoring ability. Listen. He don't got to
You
do
like
shit
get
but
canceled
catch
after
and shoot
this one.
threes after Joker post up. He is the worst NBA
Hey, bro.
small
What you about to
forward.
say? Because you carried it. You carried it.
Listen, bro.
He
I
carried
do.
it.
I agree with you, bro. I agree with everything you
No,
saying.
you don't
But
agree.
I definitely agree with him. I'm just saying with the back injury, he actually had spinal surgery, bro. That's all I was saying.
Well, go
He don't act like
But
it.
I do
He
agree with
showed
you.
Ted don't
yo,
care about no
listen.
injuries. Ted don't care about no
Hey,
injuries.
hey, look. If Michael Porter Jr. is listen. If Michael Porter Jr. is right here, Tony Snell's right here.
That's crazy. You're out of pocket.
Woo-wee. That's
You're out
tough.
of pocket.
That's tough.
You know
Yeah,
what's
Look,
crazy?
look.
You know what's crazy?
That's
Watch this.
Is
Zell.
that IQ? To go?
Michael,
Because
look,
yeah.
Michael Porter Jr. better than Jalen Green. What that mean?
I don't care.
Oh
So
shit! Oh
Jalen
shit!
Green,
Who's
Tony
good?
Snell, and then Michael Porter
Nah,
Jr.
They gave
yeah,
Jalen. Hey, they gave Jalen Green a Wingstop commercial. Just
nah,
talk about it.
Jalen Green better than Michael Porter Jr.
I think Jalen
100
Green
times
Hey,
better than
better.
Michael
listen,
Porter Jr. too.
but
Yeah,
listen.
he is. I'm just fucking around. He is. Well, Ted, so you didn't say who you had. Oh, Dub, did you say who you had for the game tomorrow, Game 7?
He said, "Oh, he said
SGA.
SGA all
I
day."
told you I'm going with the under. The only under that I didn't go with was the T Wolves over the Warriors. So I mean, I'm talking. It's a money making year this year. Everybody should go with the under, bro. If you bet.
Just go with the.
that
Yeah,
makes
that's
sense.
true.
That
Everybody
makes
losing at
sense.
home
That
too.
makes sense.
Ted, who did you have? Ted, did you say?
I said if Aaron Gordon injury isn't so crazy, I got him because experience matters. And the reason why I say this,
Yeah.
I know I be joking and shit like that, but real shit, Jalen Williams is not ready. He's not who we thought he was. And it's okay to say that. And what I mean by that is I'm not saying that you won't be that. I won't saying that you won't be the number 2 option that we think that you are. But right now, when I watch you, bro, your looks are so easy and you get the green light. You get what I'm saying? Like you have the ultimate green light being so young, you so talented. You got all the tools that you need.
Yeah.
But then
I
now
say
what
this.
I think what's going on is they playing double dutch with if Chet's the man, number 2 wise, or
Yeah.
Jalen Williams is the man, number 2 wise. They don't know who they want to be the number 2 option. And what happens with what Red was saying about Houston for college, they said, yo, when there's too many killers or too many shot opportunity options, you don't really know who to go to when your number 1 option is looking a little crazy or getting double team, triple team. So
Yeah.
Hey, my question is, if they went after this game, how many games before they have to play again?
what you
The
mean?
next game, the next
The
when,
next
when
Like how
series,
many how many days is it?
yeah, how many days is
Game
in
one.
between?
I think
I
it's a
can look and
week.
see when it's. I can look and see when it's actually
It's
scheduled.
like 3 or 4
Might
days.
be like two, 3 days.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say if it, because y'all said he hurt his hamstring, right?
He hurt his
Like
hamstring.
strained hamstring. Because I was gonna say
Tuesday,
if
y'all.
this,
The next game would be Tuesday. If they win
Damn.
tomorrow,
damn.
the next game is
God
Tuesday.
damn.
So
Yeah.
listen, I'm gonna say this. Aaron Gordon's gonna play today. They're gonna dope him up. He's gonna take that shot.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I asked how far out it was, I was trying to see would they give him at least a week to heal.
Yeah. It's
So
And
he
then also
probably
I got
so he
one
probably
more euro, one more
Hold
pick.
real quick. He probably gonna
Yep.
play this game, but he probably miss game 1 in the next round.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you.
They're gonna lose
So
this game, bro.
so what I'm saying is no matter take our feelings out of this, and no matter who we picked or whatever, who do y'all think matches up better with Minnesota in the next round? So it doesn't matter who you like or who you think is going to win, but if they were to play in the West Conference Finals right now, who is the better matchup for Minnesota? Because what I'm saying is, I
go
think
ahead.
that
The four,
of
you
course,
say for Minnesota to win or for?
no, well, I just
You
think
know
that who's going to make the matchup tougher for Minnesota?
I think honestly, I would have to say OKC. We
Okay.
saw what the T Wolves did to the Nuggets last year,
Okay.
and I think honestly at this point they would just outrun them. And I just you know what I'm saying. So at least OKC is gonna run with them. It's gonna be a shootout, but I think it's gonna be.
I agree. I was gonna say OKC too because of the depth, like you said. I was gonna say because of the depth and with the Nuggets, they don't. Even though I think Joker and Rudy may help do that or whatever. I think both teams beat the Wolves. I think both teams beat the T Wolves, but I think the T Wolves are playing good collectively.
Convincingly, or they fight.
I think they lose both. I think they lose both, like either 5 and 6. 5 or 6.
I don't
The
think
T Wolves got a formula this year, bro. I don't know what it is, but they
all are playing really well. Julius Randle, bro, is underappreciated, but he has been hooping this entire time.
Ooh, you just made another question, and I want to go. I want to leave, but go ahead.
This is why I got the T Wolves. You got 2 niggas that got something to prove.
Yeah.
And you got Ant-Man that if he do this shit, he's already a legend killer. But if he step up and take his team there, Ant-Man take that jump. I'm going with what you said. You started this legend killer shit. Don't be mad at me.
No, I
You
didn't.
started this shit.
I wouldn't say
But listen, but I think Ant-Man is that player that we like from the 90s that know when to play in big games.
Yes.
I think he that player that we used to grow up and watch them big game players. He's that. EJ, stop being a fucking hater, man.
I love the mentality. I ain't gonna lie about it.
But I'm letting y'all rock.
It's gonna be. It's like throwing a rock in the ocean. But I swear to God, as y'all was talking, I would love to see. It would be the battle of who won the trade in the biggest stage between Cat and Randall, and then it would be Ant-Man and Brunson. That would be exciting. I would love to see that.
What y'all
That
forget is
would be a nice. That would be a nice
Ant-Man,
answer, though.
Ant-Man been training for this in the Olympics for like the last two Olympics. You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah,
been
but
showing
he's
out.
spot
Remember
on.
before
He's spot
the
on.
Olympics with LeBron and Durant and all that, the Olympics right before that when nobody was watching, Ant-Man was out there balling for USA. You know what I'm saying? And then the following Olympics when he was playing with LeBron, so he done got the development and everything.
So
This is
you don't think that Brunson won't mad that he won't there?
I'm not
the
saying
West
that.
is beating the East this year, bro. And Brunson is great, but he's had his own little Hercules fight over in the East. It's the
I think y'all
classic. It's
sleep
the
on the
classic
Pacers for sure. I
LeBron
wanna,
tell.
yeah,
You
y'all
got to go
sleep.
through all these things on your own. Then you get against the Warriors. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's you tired. You know what I'm saying?
So
You know the
so
problem I
so
got with
who
Ant Edwards? The problem I
The
got.
East
Oh,
is
go ahead.
not
What you
winning
got to say,
shit.
Ted? Go ahead.
I
no,
just said the
I
East
was
ain't
going to
winning
ask
this
him a
year.
straight up question. Who's been playing better, Brunson or Ant-Man in the playoffs?
Brunson.
Brunson has been playing better.
Brunson.
Brunson has been playing better.
And
Fair
But,
enough.
but
Go ahead.
Ant-Man don't have to do everything that Brunson has to do.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying. The
That's
T-Wolves
true.
have a formula, bro. The T-Wolves have a formula.
And
So that's
but
like
here's my thing
that
about
you
Ant
telling me
Man. I
that
ain't
is
gonna
you
lie.
telling me that Paulo was better than Tatum in the playoffs when they played.
You
I'm not a
said
Tatum
that.
fan, bro. I'm gonna hate on Tatum every chance I get, but I'm not gonna say Paolo is better than Tatum, though. That's
At
ridiculous.
least he's honest.
Because
At least he's
Tatum
honest.
don't have to do as much as Paulo, right? But Paulo numbers was better.
Yeah, but Tatum's just better though.
But that ain't what he's. Hold
You
on.
talking about two superstars? Ant-Man is a
The
superstar,
Tatum is
and
just
so
better.
is you know what I mean?
Ant Man is a superstar.
the
You know what? Hold on, because I gotta
I
say
see what he's
this.
trying to do, Doug. Hold on,
Y'all
though,
killing
real
me with
quick.
Ant Man.
Hey, come on.
Go
Did he
ahead,
not?
Red. I'm
Okay,
listening. Go
he
ahead,
beat my
Red. Go
Lakers.
ahead.
He beat my Lakers. He just
He
beat the
beat my
Warriors.
Lakers. No, Jaden
Nah,
McDaniels and Rudy
He
Gobert
beat
beat the Lakers.
Jokic last year.
Nah, go ahead, EJ. I want to hear what you got to say. How he not a fucking superstar? Come on, I want to hear it. Let's go.
Listen. Ant Man, when he scored 40, he's LeBron. He's Michael Jordan. He the 90s. When he have 20 and fucking 5 for 37 from the floor, yeah, man.
Bro,
Hey,
Michael
So every time he had 40, it's Jordan. Oh my God, Michael Jordan is reincarnated.
Doug.
And he have
Michael
16.
Jordan was not
Yeah.
that efficient all the time, bro. We always see
Hey, I'm
highlights.
gone. I'm
Like
gonna fuck
at
with y'all.
night.
Hey, bro, but look, the fuck out
He
of
was shooting
efficiency.
some bricks too.
When did y'all fucking start caring about efficiency? Most of y'all
I didn't say
favorite
nothing
players
about
didn't shoot.
efficiency. I said when he 5
That's my
for
point.
37
Hey,
and
he
got
on point.
15 points,
That's
nobody say
efficiency,
nothing.
nigga. 5
I'm
and
talking about
37 is
15
efficiency.
points. My bad. Maybe I should say when he got 15 points and they still win, like
How
they
often
did
does that
against the
happen?
Lakers, nobody
How
cares.
often does that? How often does that happen, EJ?
I'm not gonna hate
He
him.
done
I'm not
had
gonna hate
under
him for having a
23
good
points the
team.
last 6 games, I think. He might have had 29. No, I'm lying because he had 30 something in I think it was game 2.
Hold on,
Something like
because
that.
y'all love to break up averages and all that shit. How much does he average though? Per playoffs or per the season, the man do
Might
what
be
he's supposed
27
to do.
in the
You're a winner,
regular season.
bro.
He averaged
He
27.
gets the
So what
job
the fuck
done.
are
He
we
gets the
talking
job
about?
winner.
done.
You know what I'm saying? What the fuck are we talking about?
You're a winner, bro.
Like,
It's
can we
the
make
mentality.
we can make that excuse? We can make that same argument for them that every player in the league that we say to somebody.
Facts.
I think he averaged 27, y'all. 27.
Yeah, man.
Like,
That's a lot.
And the
That's a
nigga
lot.
only 23 years old.
Yeah, he only 23, bro. Like he's
Yeah,
still fresh out the hallway.
27.4. That's tough.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
No,
He's been through
26.
the
My
Olympics
bad.
twice.
That's still good.
Twice already. He's
26.5.
23.
26.5, 8, and 6.
yeah.
26.5, 8, and 6. Is that this year? I think that's right.
Yeah,
But anyway, I ain't gonna harp on it
Good
again. I
number.
ain't gonna.
Good
That's just
number.
listen. I think
Why you
I'm starting to
on
hate on.
Ant-Man? What's wrong with Ant-Man, EJ?
I
EJ just a hater,
I don't
He just
not
felt
like
like
him.
hating. He just felt like hating. That's all
There
it
you go,
was.
Ted.
It's
That
all
ain't mean
good.
nothing,
It's
Zell.
all good.
That's good. You
It's
right.
all
I
good. Just
ain't
be
gonna
honest.
hate. We gonna
Just
get
be
to
honest,
see.
man.
We gonna get to see come this next round. We gonna get to see, Zell. I want to ask y'all
Hey.
this though. Oh, go ahead, Rick.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Rick.
Now I'm just gonna say, this is my question. This ain't even got nothing to do with this. When will the next time will the East team ever win the championship? Though? I don't see
They
that shit
won
happening
last
for
year.
another
Oh, you
couple.
mean beyond last year? They won last year though.
Who won last year? The Pistons won last year. Who won?
Celtics won
The
last
Celtics
year.
won. I'm saying outside of them. I'm sorry. When will they win again? My bad.
It depends on where Giannis goes. If Giannis stays in the East,
That's a good point.
it's
That's a good
possible
point.
that it can stay here. But if Giannis goes to the West,
It's
who
gonna be
is
a
it?
while.
All
Giannis
the best players will be in the West, right? So that'd
That's
be
what I'm saying.
SGA,
That's
Joker,
it.
Giannis, Tatum still be, and then Luka Doncic.
I feel
All
like
of
the
those
East,
guys.
they gotta get the East. They might have their best chance this year with the. I feel like the Knicks would be
The
the
Celtics
best
and the
team
Cavs are
to
supposed to
win.
be.
Yeah,
That's
they
what
don't
I. Yeah,
step up to the top.
You know what I'm saying?
I had two
I feel
questions
like
for
I
y'all.
don't see the Pacers doing it, but I feel like the
Hey,
Knicks
Zell,
can be that team that can beat the
y'all might
Knicks.
fuck around and get Giannis though. I'm gonna tell you why. I think Giannis likes. I think Giannis likes small markets. I don't think he likes the
I think he
big
likes
light
small
like that.
markets too.
Yeah,
So y'all might fuck around and get Giannis.
it's next
To
door
be
too,
real,
for real. So
They can't pay him though.
we
they
gotta
can't.
get.
I thought they had some bread.
We got
Detroit
Tobias,
ain't got no
so
bread.
we have to trade
Tobias.
Tobias and other pieces because Tobias got that big contract. You know, he
Man,
ain't.
Tobias can get the fuck on. Tobias can
Yeah.
go work
The
at
market was too
T-Mobile.
small.
Yeah, I'm gonna say put that
Yeah,
nigga
y'all get rid of
T-Mobile
him.
somewhere.
But they gotta want him though. That's the thing. Milwaukee gotta want him.
But that's only one piece. We gotta put like 3 or 4,
Yeah, y'all
5 more
gotta put some.
pieces.
You might have to
Add
give
I
up
got to
Jaden
give him your
Ivey.
whole
You might have
bench
to give
and
up
some
Jaden
for him.
Ivey.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
gotta put a lot of pieces with that.
You might have to put a
Let's
lot.
be honest. You know what I'm saying?
Do y'all think that they are waiting to see who wins this game tomorrow to give out the MVP?
Yeah.
Y'all
I
think
think
that they
so.
waiting?
I think so.
I feel like
I
they
think
are,
so.
but they still
I
gonna give
think
it
so.
SGA. They
think
waiting, but they still gonna give it SGA.
Bro,
It begs
if
the
he
question
lose
of
though,
is it a playoff award? So because
nah, it's a regular
we say it's
season
a regular
award.
season award, but I feel like they're waiting because they
I
want
think they
to.
like. I guess they want to like. I don't know.
I think it's a full season award. You know what I mean? Like I think it's a full like because and I think and respectfully I can't be mad at them because if somebody show out like you said in the regular season and then as Donovan Mitchell in the playoffs, you know what I'm saying? People gonna be like why he got the award. So I can't be mad at him. But yeah, I would do the same thing. I would wait to see who my top two, especially if they're going head to head. Why not?
This is
I
my
was just
only
gonna say,
callback.
yeah, let them win. Let's see who
Especially
wins.
game 7 is only right.
This is
This
my
the
only
best. This
callback
the
to
best
that.
implications. This the best
It's a,
indicator, right
You
it's
ain't
here.
never
supposed
seen
it's,
something like this.
it's
Yeah,
supposed to be it's supposed to be a regular season award, and I'm
yeah,
only saying that because they've given out all the other awards.
Hmm.
that's true
I think
too.
this shit. I think this shit just set the table right, and it's like now we trying to. This right here gonna be the deciding factor, so we don't be wrong and look like fools.
Right,
Hmm.
that's a
Yeah.
fact.
So I honestly think if Joker wins, Joker's gonna get it.
Yeah.
But if they,
You
but
think
because it's
whoever
gonna look,
win get it, Red? Whoever win get it?
yeah, because
I
I
don't
think
see
you look.
Joker getting it though.
I,
Not gonna win.
I think Joker's the better player, but I just don't feel like they're gonna give it to him
They
though.
don't have the momentum. I mean, I don't think they had a momentum right now. I
Yeah,
think the
that's,
momentum is in OKC.
But see, here's
how do you?
go ahead. Say what you about to say. My bad.
This is my callback though. How do you argue that if I beat this nigga and I average a triple double? I just don't get it. That's all I'm saying. I get what
This is
y'all
the
saying, but how
yeah.
can I?
This series to me, numbers is lying, bro. The numbers look good for SGA and Joker, but if you watching the games, bro, they having some crappy games, dog.
I feel like more
I know he
so.
having. Go ahead.
I feel like more so it's gonna be for the Nuggets to win, and then it's gonna be like SGA lost the series, and here's the award.
Oh, you thinking they give him a participation award?
They gonna have him on TNT talking to the
I can see that.
crew or something like
You
that.
can
You know
give
what I'm
that.
saying?
That's a good take.
I didn't
I
think
feel like they're
about it
gonna
like
probably do something like that to kind of give. You know what I'm saying? Like you know how the
Yeah.
NBA is all rigged up
Yeah.
and stuff. So.
See, here's my other side with y'all. This because y'all was talking about earlier about the T-Wolves versus the Knicks in the finals. I think that if you give Joker the MVP, if Joker wins MVP, right, and then he goes into the finals, and let's say they beat the T-Wolves, I think that's bigger marketing than saying the T-Wolves versus the Knicks. I don't like that trade story. That to me, that trade of Julius Randle and Cat is just not a big enough draw for me to be like, yeah, I want to see that. Because to me, Cat is like the third option on this in the playoffs, right? It's just not a big selling point. Now, a bigger selling point to me is saying that, hey, Joker got another finals MVP, and then he finna win another finals. Where are we moving Shaq and Kareem and Wilt? To me, that's a bigger conversation around. And with the Knicks, if you couple Madison Square Garden, he went and won his championship in Madison Square Garden against the New York Knicks. To me, that's a big marketing thing. Like, dang.
I feel like for a marketing thing, they are gonna have New York win because Indiana just not just imagine Indiana, Oklahoma. Like nobody want to really see it on a marketable level.
Even though I think Indiana got good fan base, I do like watching
their games.
Yeah,
they got the best fan base. Not the best fan base, but the small markets have better fan bases.
Them and OKC, facts. That's a fact. We can't hear you good, Red. Your voice, turn your volume up. We can't hear you good. The Pacers be the lowest watched game.
Man, when nobody
you sounded better with your mask on, nigga. Put your helmet back on. We can hear you real good with the helmet.
I came outside.
There you go. We can hear you now. It sounds better now, Red. It sounds better now.
I came outside. I said this is gonna be what nobody watch that shit, man. I wouldn't watch that shit.
But the Pacers, listen, man. Listen, we gotta get Come on, man. Get Halliburton some respect, man. Halliburton, regardless of how people feel about how he started the season, bro. The second half of his season and this playoff run for him has been phenomenal, bro. Even when he has bad games, bro, he get like 8 assists and 0 turnovers and have a bad 8 points or whatever. Halliburton, this is back-to-back Eastern Conference Finals for them. And on
It's just
paper, if you looking at this Pacers team on paper, it ain't hitting on nothing for real. No
It's just not
names really
sexy,
jump
bro.
out. Go ahead. What you say, Rick?
It's just not sexy, bro.
It's
Yeah,
not
It's just
sexy.
it's just
it's
not
classic
sexy, bro.
Pacers basketball. And while we at it, Miles Turner took some shots earlier. He took some strays earlier. I mean, from us.
What do you say?
Oh.
And hey, but we
No,
got
from Red. Be clear,
was
from
me.
Red.
we gotta put some
was
respect on my man's name, bro. He been working at it for a few years now, and you know what I'm saying. Halliburton ain't over there by himself. You know what I'm saying. So I've always Miles Turner needed flowers.
No,
Yeah.
Miles
Siakam
Turner,
definitely
Siakam,
two piece. When they pick up
Smith,
Siakam
Benedict
last year,
Mathurin. Yeah, man. Listen, Siakam in that finals with the Toronto Raptors, bro, he averaged 20 and 8. To me, we talked going back to what Red was saying. He was saying about Mikal Bridges having to have a big series against them. I think he's gonna have his hands full trying to guard Pascal Siakam, bro. Siakam is just constant pressure, bro. He's one of those players who don't care if they miss. Like he'll miss and still come back down. And Mikal got to keep him off the boards. He's a great rebounder.
Josh Hart gonna go ahead. Josh Hart gonna go ahead.
You think Josh Hart gonna check him?
I
I was thinking they was gonna put Josh Hart on Halliburton.
I forgot you had OG too, and you got OG.
You know, him and OG played in Toronto together. I feel like that'd be a good little matchup.
I didn't think about that. I forgot about that. They did play together. But yeah, I think. But to Red's point though earlier, I was saying I think Cat has to win that Miles Turner that battle. He has to. In my opinion, he has to get up to around 25 points per game in order for them to beat the Pacers because the Pacers are gonna be running. They're gonna have a couple games where by the third quarter they got 100 points. Cat gotta have it. He can't be having those 15, 17-point games playing against these dudes, dog. He gotta be the guy. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you in that he gotta win that battle for them to win. I actually got the Pacers, bro. If Cat don't perform, I got Pacers in 5. If Cat plays how I want him to, I got the Knicks.
This is my question though.
Got the Knicks at 7.
What's that line? What's that line does Halliburton have to have for them to win? Because JB ain't let off the gas, so I'm just wondering.
Here's the thing with Halliburton. As long as he's able to do his thing as far as his assists and his turnovers, he don't really have to score it. Like he can have 15.
Yeah.
Listen, Red, they got 8 guys that can get you 15 points. Obi Toppin, Benedict, TJ McConnell. Those are all the bench guys. All 3 of them get you 15. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't think it's a point per game thing for him. Go ahead.
The reason I say he got to score though, because he got to guard JB.
I hope he's not guarding JB. That's what I do hope he's not checking him.
But who else gonna guard him then?
I feel like he gonna. I feel like he gonna check him. I feel like they gonna match up everybody. For real.
Neesmith is probably gonna guard Brunson. Neesmith is their defender. Neesmith or Nimbar, whichever way, because I don't know if they run them both at the same time. I can't recall. But Neesmith is probably gonna guard Brunson, and then you put what's my other guy? I just said his name. Oh, Nimhar. Whichever one, the other one goes to Anunoby. And then Tyler Halliburton probably gonna guard Mikal Bridges. He probably gonna change. Halliburton's 6'6". Halliburton's 6'6". He ain't short.
I feel like Mikal Bridges can low key go off on Halliburton. I'm not gonna lie.
He can, but this is what I was saying though. If he has to guard JB, Halliburton's not gonna be on the floor. He's gonna be in foul trouble.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
So the reason I say he's gonna have to score because I feel like he's gonna be in foul trouble.
Yeah.
Like they're going to seek him in the pick and roll.
Yeah. And he's not, but he's not a terrible defender. He just can't guard Brunson. He can't guard Brunson. I'm not even on argument.
There's not a lot of people who can though.
I'm not saying he's a bad. I don't think he's a bad defender either. What I'm saying is the way Jalen Brunson plays, he's going to get that call. So even if he's trying to play good defense,
this is a series too, Ray, and guys, this is a series to me where it matters about their conditioning. So all of that conditioning we was talking about, Zell, with the Knicks and Tom Thibodeau running them boys 40 minutes, this is gonna be that series because even when that second string come on and they are running. So we gonna really get to see how conditioned these boys is because they gonna need it. They gonna need it because they only going about 17.
I think he's gonna have to probably go down to like 9 players, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Because he kind of got a rotation.
He got Precious. He
just switches out different games though. But I feel like with this series, you gonna have to play them each game.
Play them, bro.
Or I don't know. You might find a wild card out there too. They got on the bench just to kind of throw out there too. But you have to play them.
I forgot about
if the Pacers let Benedict Mathurin play like he can play, then they got a real shot. Benedict Mathurin is a real dog, but I feel like they hold him back. If they let him hoop, I might ride with it.
What is
But
the
just me,
what does the viewership look like with Ant-Man versus Brunson for the
I think
championship?
people will love it,
a
man.
whole,
I think they'll
it'll be
love
a whole lot better.
Because
It's gonna be the
that's
mid.
bringing in that's the changing of the tides. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the new generation really
In
coming
my
in right.
opinion, that's two top
And,
10 players. I
And I,
mean, Madison Square Garden in its own is selling, and then Anthony Edwards is the superstar. You know,
I was
so
gonna say
did you guys say. You guys
New
say.
York,
He's
New York,
but
New York
whatever.
number one. New
Fact.
York number one anyway when it comes to media. So
They the number one.
that shit
So you
gonna
know you
that shit
getting
gonna
the
be
fans.
it'd be
yeah.
perfect for Brunson to win because it just basically put Brunson over. Like this would be his time. Like he just beat Anthony Edwards. He basically I'd say this. He just swept everybody. I ain't gonna say sweep, but he just beat everybody in the East.
Yeah.
Beat Anthony Edwards. You on top of the totem pole now, so it's like
That's
what
going
else?
7 games.
Hey, was
T
he on
Wolves versus Knicks. That's 7 games. That's going 7
was
games because that matchup is almost perfect.
was Brunson on that the not this Olympic team but the one before that got there? Was he on that?
I don't
I
remember
know he
Brunson being
played.
on the team.
I know he played in the trials with Austin Reeves and all them to get
You
him
know
to
I can
get him to
check. You know I
qualify.
can always check.
He's on one of them teams.
I
I
do
know he was
remember
on the
it's now
qualify.
that you
I know he was
said.
on the qualify.
Not like he played in like the games and all that shit. He was on one of them teams though. I forgot what year though.
I'm just trying to see. I'm
They
just
had
trying
him
to
on
see
the
how
20.
it.
He was on. He didn't get selected for the 2024. That's what it says. He
It,
got
it was like
snubbed.
one of them some. It was like one of them summer games.
Yeah,
So
it was like
World
a.
Yeah,
I
Cups
know
or
what y'all
something
talking
like
about,
that.
like a trial. It don't say
he's
nothing. It
on.
don't say nothing. He did
Probably
play
like
in the
20.
under 18 when he was under 18, but it don't
So
say nothing about like another team.
the team he played on, Zale is the one that gets us qualified to get us in the qualified. That's when
Yep,
they
that's
had
what it was, Red. It
AR.
was 2023, Red.
Yeah, they had
It says
AR,
he
Ant
played on
Man,
the
all them.
2023. That's what it say
That's
on
the
there.
team
Yeah,
that lost, right? That's the team that didn't even
yeah, they didn't
bronze or
qualify.
nothing like that. Yeah,
That's when
Yeah.
they said
that's when they had Donovan Mitchell.
that's when
Mm,
Ant Man said why y'all got me being second
yeah.
option to
Yeah,
AR. Yeah,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
I was trying to
But
see what his resume looked like. My bad.
last question I got for y'all, man. I'll let y'all boys go, man. Last one. I want y'all to tell me where y'all got these two guys ranked. Tyrese Halliburton as a Pacer and Anthony Edwards as a Timberwolf. What do
Okay.
y'all got these two guys ranked as an
I was
all-time
waiting on this one, so I'm gonna go first on
Go
this
ahead.
one.
Go ahead, Doug.
I'm gonna go
All right.
first. All right. So you already know Pacers. Reggie Miller is that man.
He's number one. He's number one.
Reggie Miller, and then all right. So Jalen Rose.
I like Jalen Rose.
Nah,
No Jalen Rose.
no,
I like the
Halliburton
name,
better
but
than
I'm
Jalen
listening.
Rose.
Yeah, I'm
no.
hearing you.
Mark Jackson.
You can throw. I was
I
about
like
to say
Mark
you can throw
Jackson.
Mark Jackson more
Hold
than
on,
Jalen
I like
Rose.
Mark Jackson.
Hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish. 'Cause that's
Hold on,
free.
hold on. I gotta
But I
ask you,
don't
though,
like
Doug.
that one either.
Are you doing full legacy? Or you just doing? You gotta just do pacing. You can't do full
I'm,
legacy.
do-
Just
I'm
Pacers,
doing.
yes. Just
I'm
Pacers.
just basic.
Just
Just
Pacers.
basic.
Just
All right.
pacing.
Reggie Miller,
Yeah.
Mark Jackson, Jalen Rose, Dale Davis, and I got Paul George, Pacer era, Paul George, and Halliburton neck and neck right now.
And let me go next. Let me go next.
Look
Now,
at
I'm
Zell.
I'll
Look
not
let
a,
at
you
hey,
Zell.
finish
hey,
one.
I'm
I'll
not
let
a
you
Go
Paul
ahead,
finish
George
one
Zell.
fan,
next.
bro. But
I
hey,
just got a question.
I gotta give him his
How,
flowers
how
straight
long? How
Now
long
let me go.
CG there? How long? I just got a question. How long CG there?
PG was there for 7 seasons.
2013.
Yeah, because he
2011,
Okay.
was he was going up
So
against
go
2010, and
ahead,
LeBron
Zell.
for a while.
Go
2017.
ahead, Zell.
So 2010
Yeah.
and 2017.
All right. So did y'all watch Jermaine O'Neal play for the
I'm finna
Pacers?
look.
Or
I
I
got
did
it up
watch
here.
Jermaine
I
O'Neal.
got him
I
right
did
here.
watch
I was
Jermaine
going.
I'm,
O'Neal.
I'm just
I
saying
ain't
like
saying that
I
yet.
left it out
Jermaine
there
Yeah.
for somebody
O'Neal.
else.
I ain't
I
saying
left it
that
out there
yet.
for somebody else. I ain't
You
gonna
know what I'm
lie.
saying? Your list wasn't too off, but I feel like you got to throw Jermaine O'Neal in there. Like that's a unanimous decision. I feel like.
But
Who's
tell me,
who's
look,
it
look,
not?
look.
Because
Don't tell me
I
what
mean,
the
who you
names. Tell me
it's
what
not
you
for
got
Mark
him at.
Jackson or Jalen Rose?
Tell me the order. What'd you say,
Nah,
Ricky?
but
Go ahead.
I say Reggie. I say Paul George. I say Jermaine O'Neal.
We about to run out too.
I like shit. We can put shit, man.
What
You can
about
put Rick.
Monte Ellis?
You can
Monte
put Rick.
Ellis averaged
You
a
can put Rick
dub over
Smith in
there.
there for
I
real.
can
You
go
can
to
put
Hey,
Rick
Zay.
that's a
Smith.
good one. Rick
I'm just
Smith's a
saying
good one.
if we know
Hey,
ball,
how
if
much
we know
Monte
ball.
Ellis as a pacer?
Hmm?
Monte.
Look
Uh,
it up there. Yeah,
Oh,
Monte
how
was
many
on
years?
there for a couple seasons, wasn't he?
he's like
How
2 or 3
long Monte was
years.
I feel
2 or
like he
3
was
No,
just
I'm
years.
going
just
to stay
saying.
longer.
I got you. He
I
played
thought
his
he
last
was
two
too.
seasons there, 13.8 and 8.5.
Okay,
That was
I
his
was just
last two
wondering how long
seasons.
he
That,
played.
that was him
Okay.
on his way out of the league, though. He's like that's
Okay.
literally his last two seasons. So
Monte
let me do
Ellis was good
this.
though.
Let me do this, man. Because I mean, not Zale had me tripping the other day, talking about he taking Paul George no matter what. Get the fuck out of here, man. Did y'all see what Paul George talk about? He gonna win a champion. He would have won a championship if it wasn't for LeBron.
He
Every
would.
time
No,
he
You
says
right,
something, he
man.
make
Come
me
on,
want
no,
to punch him
man.
in
yeah,
the
yeah,
face.
yeah. I like that.
He
Every
would have.
time.
He said
Oh
one
my!
of them. He didn't say he
He
was
said
gonna win a bunch
one.
of them. He said I was gonna win at least one out of those
Hey,
times.
that was
Did he forget
that was
the
the only thing.
Raptors were better than them? Go ahead. What'd you say, Red?
That was the only. I mean, the Raptors was good, but
He
the
would have
Pacers
competed
did.
with the Raptors though. He
The
would
The
have
Pacers.
Raptors
competed.
beat them in 2016, y'all.
They
First
would have
round.
lost
Listen,
one. They would have
Raptors beat
won
them.
one. They would have lost one.
Listen.
They would have won one.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but the Raptors and Pacers could have beat the Raptors.
They was
They had no
completable.
chance.
They went
They
seven.
had
They
no
did go
chance to beat
7 games.
LeBron.
They went
None
7.
of them niggas had a chance to beat LeBron. So I get what he's saying.
Yeah.
Like he was in
Bron
the way of
swept.
Debo too. Yeah, he was in
Yeah,
the way of
Bron
Debo
swept
too.
2017. But
So
yeah,
yeah,
the
it wasn't
Pacers
no.
and the Raptors was more formidable. It was just a reach to me because even beyond the East, y'all wasn't beating Kevin Durant and the Thunder. Like you just
Like,
they wasn't. They wasn't,
nah,
Red. He wasn't.
they were.
And
They
hold on,
were.
let's
They
be
were. They
clear.
were.
Let me
They
be
were.
clear.
They
I want to
were.
be very clear here. The only
I'm with
person
you.
that's in front of Tyrese Halliburton and the Pacers is Reggie Miller. All them other
I
names
agree.
y'all talking about, Jermaine
Fact.
O'Neal, get the fuck
Well, no.
back to back
Now,
Eastern Conference
wait,
Finals
wait, wait.
with what's up, Ray? What? He's
He only
the
been
best pure point guard in the league right now.
how many years he been there? Like 3 years, right?
Tyrese, that's a fair question. I
Yeah.
think he been 5. I think he got drafted in 2019.
Because he
I
was in
gotta give
Sacramento
Paul
first.
George his flowers, bro, because I'm
He
always a
got
Paul George hater.
he
Because
played with the Kings
when he
for
started
a
coming
year or
himself
two.
playoff feed, it was over with. But
You know,
his time with the Pacers, bro, I got him neck and neck right now.
he been there for
He
4,
4 years.
y'all. Since
And it,
2021. This is his 4th season with the Pacers.
and all I'm saying, the Paul George 4 years with Indiana is better than him. So I would put him at number 3, bro. No, I put him at number because I gotta go Reggie. Then I'm gonna go Jermaine O'Neal,
Jermaine O'Neal is tough.
and I'm gonna go Jermaine
Jermaine
O'Neal.
O'Neal is tough.
Then I probably would go PG, and then I'll probably go Halliburton.
Y'all
Halliburton
gotta
is the
put
best
Jalen
one of
Rose on
them.
there just for the love, man. What's going
I
on,
look,
man?
Man,
Love of
I
Jalen
what?
Rose didn't do nothing.
I fuck
He
with
didn't
Jalen
do
Jalen
Rose
Rose,
wasn't
nothing.
even
He
the
didn't
third
do
best player
nothing.
on his
but
team.
Yeah, he
Jalen
didn't
Rose
do
was
nothing.
never first option. Everybody we named first option.
That's true.
Yeah.
He did have a couple 20s in here though. He did have in 2000 on that championship team. He
Look,
averaged 8,
he,
and
he,
then the next year he averaged
Yeah,
20.
Jalen Rose got buckets, but he wasn't the
Jalen
main guy.
He
That's
wasn't the
all.
main
Jalen
guy. Yeah,
Give
he
him
was
his
Jalen
tough
flowers
Rose
though.
though.
He
Give
was
my man
tough.
Jalen
his love.
Hey,
Jalen Rose was Jalen Brown
what was the
for
Minnesota
7.
thing? We on Minnesota now?
Oh
KG,
yeah.
And
KG
Edwards.
did KG did NL. They
That's
wanted
it,
he
right?
wanted to.
No.
KG did
No.
NL.
Hey, I got y'all. Kevin
Because
Garnett.
I want to hear a name. I want to hear
Hey,
one
no,
name
Doug.
specifically. But
Hey,
go ahead,
Doug.
Doug.
What year did Minnesota become a team? Like 90s or something? 95?
Hold on, because
KG first
my
year.
battery about to die, so
Yeah,
I want
you're
to get
right.
this out.
All
I'm gonna look
right,
it
all
up.
right, all right.
Kevin Garnett, Kevin
Mhm.
Love.
There it is.
I
There's a
forgot
name.
about Kevin
There's
Love.
a name
Damn,
I
I forgot
wanted to
about Kevin
hear.
Love. I forgot
There's a
about
name
Kevin.
I
You know
wanted to
what?
hear.
I
Okay.
forgot.
It's just
Okay.
three
Hey,
players.
Stephon
you know,
Marbury, Sam
It's three
Cassell.
players.
nah,
Ooh.
he number 3
Did y'all
then.
hear the
He
other
number
name?
3.
Did you hear the
Stephon
other name?
Marbury. He
Come
only
on,
played
man.
2 seasons. He only played 2 seasons though.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
mean, I
Hey,
didn't put him
who?
on my Knicks. I didn't put him on my Knicks top 5, so I thought I'd put him on the T Wolves.
Yeah, he got 3.
Look,
He outplayed 2.
Marbury wasn't
yeah,
nowhere
Yeah,
long enough to get
I didn't put him on my
yeah,
notice.
but
Knicks. So I put
still,
him on.
he was with
And
the
Sam
Knicks for
Cassell
longer,
though.
wasn't
Sam Cassell belong on there.
Sam can say Latrell Sprewell was one of my favorite players.
he? Listen,
Yep.
y'all,
He'll
How
I'm
come off
not
the Knicks one too.
about
I'm
Yeah.
not putting
Serbiak?
nobody that's not a
You gonna
first
forget about
option on
Wally?
no list.
Serbiak?
If you're not a first option, Wally
Oh,
was good.
Serbiak. Ah, that's a throwback.
Greg
Y'all
got
might
a
as well
point
Yeah.
say
though.
y'all might as well say y'all might as well say Rashad McKenzie. Then.
Come on,
What
man.
are you
Come
talking
on,
about?
man.
I'm
Nah.
just
You're right
saying.
though, Red. If
I'm not doing
you're
no.
not the number one player, then that's
The
fair. I
King,
agree. I
King
agree.
Rashad.
People playing him over KG is kind of tough for me because he got an MVP. KG got an MVP like in 2003,
We
2004, somewhere around
can't
there.
put him on the KG. Not,
They victims of the moment. Either. I say this all the time. A lot of
Yeah.
our fans are victims of the moment. They forget
True.
about the overall. That's why
True.
I forgot about Kevin Love. So Kevin Love is
Yeah.
definitely number 2.
Kevin
Kevin
Love
Love is
was one
definitely
of
number
them.
2.
yeah.
Then Ant-Man number 3. But who do I like to see more out of those 3?
Yeah.
It's a toss-up between KG and Ant. That's one of
KG
them
was
we
must
can.
see TV when we was growing up though.
That's a
KG
Yeah.
toss-up
was
between them 2.
Yeah.
yeah.
KG.
Go ahead, Zay. Go ahead, Zay.
No, I'm just saying when KG was playing, like KG wasn't missing a shot from them
Yeah.
wings. You go out there from
He
that
would
block.
he would dunk
Hey,
He
just as
wasn't
hard
missing
as
a
Anthony
shot.
Edwards, if we're being honest.
That's who EJ used to play like before he got some help. That nigga was 2
KG,
dribbles
listen,
mid-range. That's how
KG
he
got his highlight tape.
did.
KG highlight tape is one of my favorite highlight tapes all time, bro. But
And he was killing them niggas in the Olympics. That one-on-one
KG
full
was
court, he
one
was
of
killing
them.
them niggas.
KG one of them. It was
K-
something. It
K-
was something else I wanted to say to y'all about the Minnesota. I will say this about Anthony Edwards, right? Going to the Western Conference Finals back to back matters. That matters, right? Regardless of if I feel like he's the best player or not. not. Apparently, I read this stat, y'all. They haven't been to the Western Conference Finals in 25 years.
That was KG,
The
right?
T Wolves. That is
That's
T
what
Wolves.
KG,
I
right?
don't think they ever went with KG. I don't think
But who
they
they
ever
go
went.
with?
Let me look at. Let me make
But,
sure,
but,
y'all,
but
because
that's
I
what I'm
don't.
saying. They basically a new franchise, so they don't really have that much history.
They ain't
So
got
it's
a
like,
lot.
yeah,
Yeah,
That
they
was.
started in the 90s, right? You said
yeah,
95?
yeah, something like that.
That was KG first year.
Here it is,
So
right
KG
here,
was their
y'all.
first draft pick.
Is y'all. So it
Well, it might
says
have been
in
the 80s. I don't know when they started. 90s or 80s. It was
the eight.
90s.
I'm gonna look it up. But look on this one. It says in 31 years before Anthony Edwards, they had only been to the Western Conference Final once. In the 5 years since they had them, they done been twice. So that matters to me. That's valid as it. And I'm assuming 31 years must be when the franchise started. So whatever that is. Let's see, Minnesota.
I'm
When did that start?
32, so what was that
They started, that's
91?
like the
Like
90s.
89, something like that.
Yeah, that's 89 because he's 35. So how many years he said?
Yep,
I was born.
1989, 90, y'all. That's when they started.
Yeah.
1989,
Okay,
90 was their first season. So pretty much
so that's
right
what
when we was born, damn near.
that's what the
So
Magic. 'Cause I think the Magic they had a team. I think the Magic and the T Wolves started a team at the same time. I think.
that's what
Yeah,
I'm saying. So who was their first draft pick then? The first four before KG.
in 1990.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying the first four draft picks for the Timberwolves. 'Cause I know KG came in 95.
Yeah, we got the history, the lineage, like who came along.
Let me see. In 19,
Did they have J.R. Ryder 1 year before
They did
then?
have
I don't even
JR.
know
They
this
had
guy,
JR.
y'all. The first guy is a
J.R.
guy
Ryder played with
named
KG.
J.R. Ryder was one of them. The first guy was a guy named Jerome Richardson. Pooh,
I
Next.
they
don't know
called
who
him
that is.
Next.
Pooh. He went to UCLA.
Oh,
Pooh
I do know
Richardson.
You
Pooh
said
Richardson. Yeah,
Pooh. You said Pooh.
bro.
Pooh.
Hey,
Okay.
Pooh
he,
Yeah.
he,
Richardson.
Yeah.
he,
Yeah.
he a West
Yeah.
Coast legend, bro. Pooh
Yeah.
Richardson was like that, bro. Yeah, he a West Coast legend. He was
You
like
got
that.
Pooh Richardson. You
Okay.
got
Damn,
Felton Spencer. He
I
went to
heard of
Louisville.
Felton.
He
I
went
I
heard
to
of
know that
Felton.
Louisville.
Yeah,
name.
I heard
I
of
know
Felton.
that
I
name.
heard of Felton. I heard of Felton.
And then Luke Longley. Luke Longley was
Damn,
drafted from the
I didn't know
Bulls.
he was drafted, bro.
Christian
Okay.
Leitner was drafted by
He
the
was drafted by
Timberwolves.
them. He
That
was.
was in
Mm.
'92. And then you got Isaiah Ryder.
Yeah, you said that one.
He was one
Yeah.
of my favorites. Then Danielle Marshall. And then the
Those
next
are
one
all good
was
picks, though.
these
Danielle
are
was a
all
bucket.
really good picks. Danielle
They're
Marshall was
all
Yeah.
good
I'm
picks,
giving
yeah.
up the Cavs. And then you got Kevin Garnett, and then the next one was Ray Allen.
They got a
They
damn. You
got
got
rid
that
of
many
Ray.
receivers?
They got rid of
They
Ray
picked
Allen.
Ray. They picked
They
Ray.
traded him.
They traded him
Who
to
they got traded?
Milwaukee. But yeah,
For who?
they picked Ray in the
Who they
fifth
traded
round.
for?
Gotta be
Wait.
somebody trash. Let
So
me
you
see
tell
who
me they could have
Milwaukee.
had Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett in their
They
prime?
could have had me. Oh
Why
my
the fuck?
goodness.
How you
Oh
let
my
go
Even
Julius
though
goodness.
they
Talk
started
Randle?
about a
late together,
fumble.
but man, in the prime,
That's crazy.
That's tough. Let me see who they traded for, bro, because that's
I
terrible.
got
I know that hurt their
was
feelings.
that the Marbury? Was that the Marbury thing? Maybe.
It must have
who
been.
my
It must have been Marbury because it wasn't for a pick. So let me see, because in 2016
Marbury got
they
drafted in '96.
who they
let me see.
drafted? Oh yeah,
Uh,
that might be Marbury. And him and
Yeah.
Ray Allen in that same draft, that '96 draft.
Yeah. It had to be some type of way they traded that.
Because KG and Marbury was homies. They used to stay
yep,
together
that's
since
right,
young
y'all.
young
That's
and
what
shit
it
like
was.
that.
It's
Top
not
10.
Yeah.
it's not too off. It's not too off.
That's
They
right.
seen the vision. They seen the
Y'all
vision.
right. Listen. It says the top 10 worst trades in Minnesota Timberwolves history. Ray Allen for Stephon Marbury. It pops up. That's the very first one.
Bro,
That's what
I ain't
At
gonna
the
happened
lie
though.
time,
though.
it wasn't a bad trade, but
At
looking
the
at
Nah,
it
time,
bro.
now,
Marbury was one of
yeah,
them.
But
yeah.
if you watch them play though, it was tough, but they just didn't let them play out.
Yeah.
Well, it was more so Marbury
You
ego
talking about
game. Yeah, he
Marbury
kind of said it.
and KG,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That was tough.
Yeah.
Marbury said it. He wanted the money, the ego kind of got in the way. They was really homies. Like it
You
would have
think
been
about
nice.
that. Marbury,
It was nice.
Isaiah Ryder, and KG. That was
That's what
kind of
Marbury was
solid.
catching oops and everything. That's what he
Yeah,
was
that's kind
dunking
of
on everybody.
solid.
Man, that would have been
Yeah.
crazy.
All
Hey,
right,
what pick
man.
was Pooh?
What was you supposed to
What pick was
say?
Pooh
Who?
Richardson though?
He was
Yeah,
number
what pick was
10.
Pooh?
He was
In the
number
first
10.
round?
First
Pooh
round,
was
number 10.
like that.
UCLA, it say he went to.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah, I
Pooh
heard
was
of
like
Phil.
that.
Pooh Rich. Yep, number 10 out of UCLA. Then they had 3. They got a lot of good picks. They actually every year had Wally Zerbiak they drafted him about 4 years later. And that's when they
And
got Wally.
Wally had some good years too. Wally was
Shit,
that nigga.
they drafted
Well, I was the
Brandon
perfect
Roy.
role player.
Was that the
Who?
Brandon Roy?
They drafted Brandon Roy in 2006 and traded him.
For who?
Damn, I don't even know
But
this
they
guy.
but they still got Brandon Roy though. They got Brandon Roy after he left for
After that,
Washington.
when
Yeah.
that nigga knees was gone.
He played what 6 games?
Yeah.
What is it? Minnesota Timberwolves.
They drafted Johnny Flynn and Ricky Rubio too. I didn't know
They
that.
did.
Man.
Ricky Rubio and Johnny Flynn I just knew they was gonna be them ones. I
Johnny
just knew
Flynn
it.
up hurt that back. You hurt back injury.
Who I say they traded y'all? Brandon Roy. Let me look it up. Let's see. Brandon Roy. They got him as a gift. They traded him for Randy Foy.
Hey,
Randy
They
Foy
got
was
Randy.
nice.
Randy Foy was tough too, though.
I was gonna say,
He
just
was
hear me
tough
out.
out
Hear
of
me
North
out.
Carolina.
Randy Foy.
At that time, Randy Foy was like that. At that time.
Hey, but
At
that
that
speaks to
time.
the point that we was talking about earlier, bro, about potential and all of that. You really don't know.
You
You
don't know,
really
bro.
don't know.
Yeah.
We all
That's,
guessing.
that's, that's why it's funny 10 years later. We look at like, damn, why you
Damn,
do
you did
that?
that.
At the time, it made sense. It made
At the
sense at
time,
the
Randy
time.
Foy was one of them. At
Because
the
Yeah.
time.
it follows situation though. That's why I was saying like we was talking about Houston. I'm like, bro, like it really just depends on where you go because he might not have the shots or the you know what I'm saying, the time to get to numbers like that. Like
Yeah.
and
You
it's a
know,
and it's a good thing, really, Kyrie hurt because this no time he really get the showcase. Like this I think your rookie deal what 2 years, 3 years.
who was?
Your rookie deal is a 2 year deal or
Oh,
3 year
3 years.
deal.
It's 3.
So let's
Yeah.
just say I come out and I kill right now without him. I got my text. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But when he come back, that shit it's gonna diminish,
Don't
bro.
look different. I think
Yeah,
a perfect example of what you saying about it just matters your fit is Michael Beasley. Michael
that,
Beasley was one of those guys where it just
Yeah.
it
went to
didn't
Minnesota
pan
too.
out because of where he went. And
that's because
his
LeBron
mental, he
pocket.
was a little messed up mentally as well.
That's because LeBron
Yeah.
pocket came over there. Though. If LeBron don't come over there, you gotta play him.
Yeah.
I think his mental got fucked up when it's like I've always been one of those ones and my ball game got me on the court no matter what I was going through. So when you bring LeBron, now you making me be a backup. And then he said out his own mouth, I was cooking them niggas in one-on-ones in practice. So then you know how like I know you. And we at school and we hooping. I'm like, I'm better than this nigga. But I ain't playing because of this or whatever situation. You start to fuck with your head because you're not
Question
getting the
yourself.
answers. Yeah, you're not getting
Absolutely.
the answers.
You definitely do,
I know
man.
I know I went through it in high school or whatever. Like, you know, so it's like
Especially
I can see
when
it.
you get your all in practice, right? Because that's when they say you earn your spot. You earn your keep in practice. And when
And
you
that
doing that and it still ain't translating to playing time, no, you're right.
and that's when I
Yeah.
learned and that's when I learned all that show me what you want to show me in practice for the bullshit. They see in the NBA like I'm in here picking you. You gonna make an excuse for him just because he got a higher name than
Right.
me or he got or whatever. Like there's no way a lot of the shit that we done seen and did like niggas ain't them guys in the war.
Mm-hmm.
It's just about circumstances. Like it's like bad situations.